After months of quarantine, we're all interested in how we can become our best self. The team at Permanent Makeup and Cryo is here to help you get the flawless makeup look every day without the extra effort or time. When it comes to your appearance, you deserve the best care that money can buy.
The playoffs loom ever closer. As the series standings start to take form, it's time for another potential points shakeup. Tonight, the Outlaws Sim Series heads back to where it all started here in 2022, the high-speed, high-banked, and ever-beautiful Daytona International Speedway. Good evening all, and welcome to virtual Daytona Beach, Florida. It sure is alongside for the call this evening, and Ed, we know that this NextGen car performs well with its super speedway package. But just exactly what kind of racing can we be expecting tonight?
Well, Emerson, it's good to be back with you in the call. I'm really anticipating a great race tonight at Daytona, but it's my favorite type of racing, super speedway racing. We got these big restrictor plates with these big spoilers and high speeds in these high bank corners of Daytona Beach, Florida. I'm excited, personally, to say the least. This is definitely one I had circled on my calendar to keep an eye on for this Outlaw Sim Series action. But, I'm expecting a lot of chaos, as this is probably going to be one of the last super speedway races we go to before we get into the playoffs. And this can definitely punch somebody's ticket in, possibly, to make that playoff format, to make the playoffs in a couple of weeks. So I'm definitely looking to see a little bit of aggression out of some of these drivers tonight, especially those kind of drivers that are a little bit out of the playoff cutoff.
Well, while we're at it, let's actually just go ahead and get right into the playoff standings. So if you kind of do this the other way around, but we're talking about it so far. As far as I know, Max Service, the point leader, is not going to show up tonight, Ed. So more than anything, unless we get like 20 more drivers to sign up for tonight's race, Seth Berger, or somebody, is going to pass Max Service to the points lead. More than likely it's Seth Berger, but Jonathan Jennings is also within range to take over the points lead, should Seth have a bad day as well. And then we look on Seth Fitzpatrick's up there, Jeremiah Stutzman again. All these wins are top heavy. Adrian Schumacher there in 7th. There's one driver in that top 7, Ed, that has not won a race yet, that is up there in the points. James Gilliard, 6th in points. We were just talking about him before we went on the air, Ed. I think this is the kind of race that suits him. He's very aggressive. He likes these super speedway races. Why not James Gilliard tonight? We can look at Scott Bailey, Jacob Reeves, Adam Gardner into the top 10 in points. So that here's where it also gets shaken up here. This right-hand side of the point sheet. All this can get flipped, turned upside down tonight, Ed.
Yeah, I'm really looking around the 11th through 16th bracket. I mean, you got Doug Solms, Derek McMurtry, Zoltan Hertzog, who hasn't shown up recently, with the 2 wins on the season already, with Brad Balfour, Andrew St. Cor, Devin Smith. You got Matt Rogers and Daniel Molinix also back here in 17th and 18th with Matthew Setzer and Joseph Causey, who hasn't been here recently. But if I'm going to look at one person I have to keep an eye on this second sheet, I mean, why not look at the 44 or the 84? I mean, both of those drivers, Daniel Molinix, we talked about recently in the last coming weeks. He's had good showings. He just hasn't been able to put the whole race together. Had a great showing at Michigan when we got on that call for that race. And he just came up a little short, having issues with a wreck with Max Service, our points leader. He's always been in those kind of situations to where he just hasn't been able to close it out. But if he can be able to close out a race, Emerson, I definitely would like to see him pull off a win in victory lane and possibly clinch himself into the playoffs.
Absolutely. Somebody I'm looking at on that second sheet is a driver who won a race last season but has yet to this season, the 95 of Devin Smith. He is, again, a driver that can thrive on a track like this. He's got a good team behind him in Swift Racing. Now, Swift Racing's a little patchy tonight. Not going to have max service. Joshua Balliett's not showing up tonight. Reese Schaefer is currently on a trip to Minnesota right now. So, again, that team is very holy. Seth Berger's going to have to lean on somebody like Devin Smith. Because other than Devin Smith and Matthew Setzer, I don't think there's a whole lot left at Swift Racing. Adrian Schumacher as well, my apologies. But they're going to have to really all use each other, and I think Devin Smith is going to be able to lean on Seth Berger, who got the last 2 Talladega wins to his name. And Devin Smith used to be teammates with Joshua Lane Fox, who won the Daytona season opener. So there's a lot of good super speedway racers around Devin Smith. He has yet to win a race this season. He won Bristol last season. Looking for Devin Smith to pull out one tonight is my personal highlight that I'm looking at there on that second-hand sheet. But while we're talking about it, we talked about this track plenty of times back in February. But in case you weren't here, or in case you need a refresher, let's take a look at the beautiful Daytona International Speedway, which is currently, again, the beautiful setting, the background behind the image right now. But the track map, there it is. Again, a typical tri-oval shape. Daytona International Speedway, 2.5 miles all the way around. 18 degrees of making that tri-oval, 31 degrees of making the corners. And Ed, we'll talk about the corners being calamity, chaos, absolute chaos into the corners. But I'm starting to notice more and more that wrecks are happening more in the straightaways. And we used to say the tri-oval was very treacherous. But again, I'm only seeing wrecks on straightaways more than anything.
Well, yeah, because more than likely, Emerson, we're seeing most of the moves being made on the straightaways. You know, not a lot of people can make the moves on the banking. You know, you're talking about both corners, 31 degrees of banking. That's a lot. You know, you got to think about it. It's a lot of banking, and a lot can happen in the corners. But, you know, you also got the 18 degrees of banking on the front straightaway, too, that nobody ever talks about. We see moves made up there. But most, like, the wrecks we've seen have happened on that back straightaway where everyone's getting up to speed. You know, reading the max RPMs in their cars that they can handle, and you know, trying to make moves even to the top, to the bottom. Even sometimes they split the middle, make it 3 wide. It gets interesting, but I definitely think we'll see a lot more action. I think more in the corners. I definitely think we're going to see a little bit of a different scenario than we saw previously back in the regular season opener than tonight. It's definitely going to be a lot more aggression for these drivers. And we're talking about the speeds, Emerson. The fastest lap ever made here was that guy from Dawsonville, Mr. Bill Elliott, 210 miles an hour. Can you imagine doing 210 miles an hour now? I know we can't reach that speeds now, but we get kind of close to it. But imagine doing that around Daytona in these kind of cars. That would be insane.
Absolutely. Awesome Bill from Dawsonville. Again, father of Chase Elliott, but better known for all his own success in the NASCAR Van Winston Cup Series. Again, Bill Elliott was probably the king of super speedway qualifying. You think of his record speed lap at Talladega as well, at 212 miles an hour. Bill Elliott and those Fords, they just got it done before restrictor plates were a thing. Now restrictor plates are a thing. You have to really look at, if you're trying to get those speeds on iRacing, you have to look at other class cars, or maybe like the COT and have a setup in it. There's a couple things. I think the COT is unrestricted. So you have to look at stuff like that to reach those speeds on iRacing. But tonight, we're in the next-gen car. I'm going to be real. We're probably not going to see too many speeds higher than 195. But should these boys get really pushed and really aggressive, it is possible. And Ed, I just got a word that Max Service is attempting to show up tonight. He is currently trying to sign into iRacing. But he is trying to make it tonight, so that is also something to look at the point standings. With his only 9-point advantage, he's not going to have any practice. But if there's 1 week you're not going to get any practice, this should be a decent week to come off on.
Yeah, absolutely. I think this is one track I think you can get away with the least amount of practice. The only thing you got to know off the top of your head is how that setup's going to drive. That's the main thing. One thing you got to worry about your qualifying a little bit too, but other than that, I don't think the practice is going to be necessary here. As we're looking on the track right now, see a couple drivers make our way around the track. We're looking at the 82 of Adrian Schumacher. Nice little Caterpillar looking scheme on that Toyota Camry. Seeing a couple drivers get there through the packs. I saw a lot of packs going around this track, and I'm not gonna lie, Emerson, I'm seeing a lot of aggressive pushing out of these drivers, so I think we're gonna be in for a good one tonight.
We should be, and you know what, Ed? We always talk about it. But these cars, you can slam them. I mean, you can get a huge run and slam somebody, and they'll be fine as long as they're expecting it, as long as they're ready to catch the car, because they got big rear diffusers and big rear spoilers to keep these things stable. You're not really going to see many people lose control unless it's setup based, which we did see a lot of in the Clash earlier this season. Ed, I don't know if you were there or if you recall what happened, but I believe you were you were doing our socials, and Adam Gardner in the wall there, contacted by the 41 of Petron. But you remember just how many times people got loose out of turn 2. I'm expecting it to not be that way tonight because A, we're at nighttime, the track is cooler, so the track is tighter, but also B, if you haven't figured out how to fix that in 5 months, I don't know why you're still here.
And plus we went through a lot of changes. We had those recent updates with the iRacing service, so there definitely have been a little bit of changes here and there since the beginning of the season. We had a different drive package the last time we were here too, Emerson, so we got a completely different package than what we had in the beginning of the year.
Absolutely. And we see a couple drivers practicing pit entry. That is going to be key tonight, Ed. I think we are going to get a green flag pit stop tonight. The Outlaws boys, especially the current field size, kind of know how to get her done on super speedways to the point where I think we should expect one. But we have yet to talk about the schedule and the importance of tonight's race, and that's the wrong graphic. Here it is. We were talking about this, or I'm bringing up the schedule because, Ed, this is the 6th to last race of the regular, 7th to last race, my apologies. But this is the run to the playoffs. Tonight really is your last wild card round, or wild card effort to make it into the next round of playoffs. You're looking at, again, a road course next week at Laguna Seca. I mean, we talk about, is there anybody who's going to be able to stick it to Adrian Schumacher and Seth Fitzpatrick? I don't really know. But we've never been there before. So that could be the wild card. But then you look at Pocono. Again, a 2.5 mile track that then kind of relies on a lot of braking, a very difficult exits. You look at a track like Phoenix, which is again a very difficult short track. Charlotte, one of the tougher mile and a halves on the schedule. Bristol, again, that might be a little bit more of a wild card if it turns into chaos. The National Super Speedway, again, that's a track that's going to get really spread out pretty quick because there's so much braking in the corners. So really, if you're a driver that's going to rely on a wild card to get into the playoffs, you have to look at tonight, especially because last week, Reese Schaefer won at Eldora. He's not going to make the playoffs. He doesn't have the starts to make the playoffs. So that's a wild card opportunity gone for some driver. Tonight really is your last-ditch effort if you're a driver lower in the standings trying to make it into the playoffs.
Yeah, I'm mainly, like you said, Emerson, I'm looking at tonight and next week that Laguna Seca to possibly be those wild cards for some of these drivers to possibly even make a win. But the other thing I want to look at, who out of our top maybe 3 or 4 are going to be that one driver that steps up and shows that they're the dominant favorite to win this championship?
Sure.
All season we haven't really seen exactly one of these drivers. Yeah, maybe back a while back when Max Service, he won 2-3 races in a row. We had that moment where we're like, okay, Max is definitely the favorite. But then Jonathan Jennings comes out. He dominated New Hampshire. He was dominant at Michigan, but Jeremiah Stutzman came away with the win there. Seth Berger came away with the win at Texas. Oh, wait, no. Am I wrong? I think it was Seth Fitzpatrick. Excuse me. But
Berger got the win at IRP.
Yeah, got you. Yeah, Seth Berger got the win at IRP. He's had his moments there and there. He won at Talladega. He won at IRP. He's shown brilliance of success. We just haven't seen that one driver that's taken that leap and says, I'm the clear championship favorite. I'm here to win it all. And we just haven't seen that yet. I'm hoping, hopefully, in these next coming weeks, we see that out of these top 4 drivers. But I think if one person we got to watch in that first round of the playoffs, Emerson, I definitely have to watch Seth Fitzpatrick. I can't see any better round 1 for one driver than Seth Fitzpatrick. We got 2 road courses in the first round. That man has been dominant at both the road courses we had this year, or at Watkins Glen. But I just don't see how anybody can stop him, really. I mean, Adrian Schumacher, if he makes the playoffs too, yeah, but other than that, Seth Fitzpatrick, he's high in the points. Yeah, but it's like Seth Fitzpatrick, he just knows what to do. He got the win at Texas too, so if he can win at any place besides the road course, I think we gotta watch that too, man. I really do.
And you know what? That's what I've been talking about the past few weeks, trying to see if Adrian's gonna get it done at an oval. Now, this Daytona International Speedway is the one oval he has won on. But what I'm trying to say is you don't really see Adrian Schumacher as a multifaceted driver like Fitzpatrick is. I think Schumacher might be a little bit better than Fitzpatrick on the road courses, but you're right. I think Fitzpatrick might be a little bit better driver over well-round. This may be more of a debate for the playoffs, but Adrian Schumacher is either going to have to really make something happen in those 2 road course rounds in round 1, or to get through Seth Fitzpatrick. Because Seth Fitzpatrick is no slouch.
No, I mean, we have a serious, I think, at least 4 top contenders that are competing for this championship. Might even have a sneak up there in the top 5 possibly, but I think just from the last coming weeks that I've noticed, I think Jonathan Jennings is just showing right now that he has a dominant car and he has a dominant team around him. I mean, I just want to see somebody else take that next step. You know, we had Jeremiah Stutzman now, who's in 5th, who's 98 points back. He's also making his way through it, you know, sneaking that fuel mileage win at Michigan and the big win that he got at iRacing Super Speedway. I just don't see how we have a clear favorite right now. I just really think that one of these drivers has to make that leap. And I'm looking at Jonathan Jennings right now to possibly make that leap. You know, we saw him dominate New Hampshire, dominate at Michigan, you know, 2 tracks that are not really, you know, accustomed to seeing a lot. But again, he brings that power every week when he shows up. It's just he has to put the full race together. And we haven't seen just that one clear favorite, and I want to see somebody out of those 5 take that favorite.
You're right. And before we get too far along here in the practice, I do have to give a quick shout out to all of our partners here at Pit Stop TV. Peep the new logo, by the way. Beautiful, beautiful logo done by Andrew Cardinale IV. But of course, you got to look at Whiplash Media Sim Cams, which again is all the beautiful camera work that you see on the track or on your screens right now for the broadcast. If you want to check out Whiplash Media Sim Cams, get your own camera pack for your own broadcast, for your own use, go to www.pitstoptv.com/whiplash. Simrackmarket.com is formerly known as Heatwave Designs. They build base paint schemes that you can use for your own purpose. You just go ahead and you buy the base paint scheme. You can add your own color to it, or you can add your own logos to it, and voila, that is your paint scheme with the help of simrackmarket.com. If you're somebody who either A, doesn't have the time to paint a paint scheme, doesn't really know how to, doesn't have the software, or doesn't really have the creative expertise or creativeness to make a paint scheme, check out simrackmarket.com and go check out their wide variety of paint schemes for a whole different for all the cars here on the iRacing iRacing.com motorsport simulations platform. Again, they're all $10. They're all great paint schemes, and with Spot coming up, I think that's going to be a site that I'm looking at for our base paint scheme when we run at 24 hours Spot coming up. But go ahead and check out simrackmarket.com and see all of their designs on there and see if anything catches your eye. See if you want to add your own style to the track with the help of simrackmarket.com. And of course, Permanent Makeup and Cryo Main. You can, of course, check out Permanent Makeup and Cryo Main at permanentmakeupinmain.com. Ed, we go ahead and take a look at the current practice standings. This is one of the few rounds, kind of last week as well. We were talking about this, but tonight really. There's a few times where you can look at the practice charts and be like, okay, cool. You see some names up there you should keep your eye on, but they don't really tell the whole story, especially here at a super speedway. But what do you make of the current practice standings, and who do you have your eye on? Who would you like to talk to?
Well, right now I'm looking at a lot of last chance boys up there at the top. You know, no surprise they have the majority of the field here tonight, but I definitely want to talk to somebody that had a chance to win last week.
Oh, yeah.
Has been dominant most of the season. Just not coming away with a win yet, but I think tonight might be his night. I want to talk to that number 11, possibly, of Scott Bailey.
We'll go ahead and we'll bring him on up. Driver of the number 11, Scott Bailey, Ed.
Scott Bailey, it's the boys in the booth. You got a copy, buddy. Scott Bailey, Edward Shearer, Emerson Ardon in the booth. You got a copy.
All right, well, we're going to go ahead. We'll give him a moment to try to figure that out. We will bring him back up here in a moment. But there's somebody I've been wanting to talk to, and I kind of mentioned him earlier. This is a driver who is kind of sitting on the cut line, a driver who could use a good run tonight, a driver who could use a good break tonight, and a driver who's, I think, been deserving of one. Devin Smith, You're a driver that could really use a good run tonight here at Daytona. What do you make of your chances here? And seeing as your current positioning in the playoff standings with 7 races to the playoffs. Hey, Devin Smith, it's Piss Up TV booth. You got a copy? Well, Ed, we're 0 for 2 tonight, huh?
Yeah, we're not having any luck right now, huh?
I think Scott Bailey has decided to return, so we'll go and try him again, Ed.
Scott Bailey, it's Boys in the Booth. You got a copy, buddy?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, Scott, he came up just a little short last week. He had a good run there at Eldora last week, proving that he had the speed on the dirt. But, man, I'm looking at you to be one of those kind of contenders that can possibly sneak out a win here tonight. How are you feeling about your chances here at Daytona?
It's Daytona. I like play tracks. I've traditionally been pretty conservative, just trying to get it to the end. So I think that's going to be my plan tonight. Maybe we'll see where I qualify, but looks like the field's a little bit smaller today. So hopefully we can get some good green flag runs in. I think it got a good setup. It got some pretty good raw speed in it. So hopefully we can just get to the end with a clean car and have a chance to win it.
I mean, Emerson was talking earlier about how the point standings are starting to shaken up a little bit. We're talking about how we can't find one consistent driver really that can just prove to us that they can be a clear championship favorite. And I've always kept my eye on you since Michigan. Just about, you showed a little bit of speed running up there in the top 5, and then Eldora last week. You had definitely had top 2, maybe even winning speed. I just hope maybe tonight it could change your luck. I just feel like it's that kind of luck for you tonight that possibly sneak out a win, but. Does it worry you a little bit that maybe your chances of, pulling out a win for the season are coming slimmer and slimmer, or do you think that you have a chance to possibly even sneak one out as we go to Laguna Seca next week?
Yeah, honestly, certainly I think there's a chance. I have had some good speed in some races and just caught bad luck. Last week was a bummer for sure. I think I definitely had a car to contend for the win. Michigan, that's my home track. I had a really good car there too, and got caught up in a couple wrecks. Still had a chance to finish up front, but wasn't able to pull it out. So, yeah, definitely lately had some good speed. As far as the season goes, I mean, I think I'm fairly comfortable from a points standpoint, but I definitely want to try and get that monkey off my back and get into victory lane. It's been my goal beginning of the season is to get a win and make the playoffs. So I think I'm on my way to making the playoffs, and hopefully I can try and squeak out a win. We'll see.
Well, I'll tell you now, man, that 11 Budweiser Ford Mustang looks pretty dang good. I would love to see that thing in victory lane, but take care of that thing tonight. Hopefully we'll be talking to you later, Scott.
Sounds good. Appreciate it, guys.
Again, driver of the number 11, Scott Bailey out of Last Chance Racing, and that whole plethora of drivers in the field tonight. And, well, Ed, practice is coming to a close, and if you look at your time and scoring sheet, you will notice that Max Service has made it into the session. And it should be a intriguing battle tonight to see if Max can hold on to his point lead.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. We're definitely gonna have to keep our eye on the points as we go through this whole night tonight, Emerson.
Here we go. We do have our qualifying taking place, and drivers are heading out onto the track. Only one driver actually on the track right now. It is the 31 of Brad Boffel for Pratt, Tile, and Stone Pole Award qualifying. And once again, Pratt, Tile, and Stone serving Central Vermont since 2005. Brad Boffel, the only driver out on the track. Let's see how he does it getting up to speed.
Yeah, we're talking about one guy that definitely dominated the polls last year, Emerson. I mean, he won most polls in the series. Got the pole a couple weeks ago at Michigan. Didn't have the run he was looking for, but maybe we'll see if he can get the pole tonight and maybe keep this 31 machine up front.
He is up into 5th gear, and that's another thing I was going to be watching for tonight, Ed, is what gear are these drivers going to be qualifying with into tonight's race. You typically, on the fixed setup here, about 4th gear. Could 5th gear be the way to go if you have it tailored right?
And in the fixed setups here, Emerson, you're usually running around in 4th gear, not all the way around that wall for that first lap, then arcing it down to that yellow line, painting that yellow line.
Remember, they have 3 laps, so this could be an attempt on a lap 1 qual. quali. Then he can reset and maybe try a 2-lap quali.
Yeah, it definitely gives him the opportunity to redo it, if anything. It definitely is a great thing about these super speedway races. You only need about that 1 lap to possibly make your best lap. So it'd be interesting to see what he does here. As Brad Buffalo's coming around turns 3 right now, doing a good job right now, steadily holding that car to that yellow line. Let's see what he can come up with a time here as he's coming down here to the front straightaway. Carrying some good speed. Let's see what the time is here.
And Brad Bothwell across the line. We have 50.238, and we'll see if anybody is ready to dethrone him. Second driver I saw out of the pit lane was this 91 of Jonathan Jennings. Again, he was top of the practice charts for a while, ended up coming home second in practice. Where do we see the 91 of Jonathan Jennings? He qualified on the pole for the season opener, by the way. Where do we see him end up here on the practice charts? Or on the quality charts. Have to wait here at turn 4.
I remember, Emerson, we interviewed his brother, Kevin Powell, a couple weeks ago at Michigan. Remember, he's on the same team as Jonathan Jennings. They spent a lot of time on their setups. He told us.
49.9.
And that goes to show it. They put the time in, and that's about 0.3 faster than what Brad Bothwell ran, which is insane.
Here's the driver that I have my eye on, Devin Smith. In that Mountain Dew Legend Buffalo Wild Wings 95 machine.
I could go for some Buffalo Wild Wings.
Getting her done right now. Lap 1, he has gone to the bottom. So I'm starting to wonder if that is the strategy. Lap 1 on the bottom. We are seeing a lot of these drivers. His brother, Kevin Powell, takes top of the timing sheet. We'll see where Devin Smith places his number 95 machine.
Devin Smith out of Last Chance Racing. Oh, no, Swift Racing, actually.
Swift Racing, right. He was with Dark Horse Racing, but Dark Horse Racing kind of disbanded. Devin Smith found a home at Swift Racing. Here he comes out of turn 4 for the 95 machine.
And not really painting that yellow line as much as I expected there. And I ran it a little bit higher than I would like to see, but definitely could be a decent lap for Devin here.
Devin Smith will go 7th quickest. And here it is. I know there's been a lot of people anxiously waiting for this. But the 77 of Seth Berger, he's out there in 5th gear.
And our Talladega
8,700 RPM, and our Talladega winner, right? He knows how to get it done at these plate tracks. Look at him, nearly redline and in 5th gear. Is this the hot rod that is going to sit on the front row?
That's not something you see every day, too, Emerson. Redlining by yourself? That's interesting.
Well, we were talking about this, and I think he's tailored the setup to be a quality set into the line. It's going to be a 2. It's not bad, but it's going to put him 6. He's got one more lap here. So while Seth Berger runs that lap, I do also want to give a shout out to Adam Gardner, who had an amazing run at Talladega earlier this season. Adam Gardner still searching for his first ever Outlaws Sim Series win. The league owner, of course, makes things go round here at the Outlaws Sim Series. Adam Gardner, could tonight be the night that we see that 56 make it a victory lane?
Possibly. We're at the place where anything can happen. Any driver can make mistakes. You don't really have a favor going into this race, but anybody can win this race. You just got to put your car in the right position at the right time.
Adam Gardner take to the track. And Seth Berger has finished his quality run. He will be 6th at best. Adam Gardner to the line. Look at those laps, nearly identical.
Oh my.
Wow.
2 1,000s.
2 1,000s. Now that's a good riding car. That is a good riding car. Here's your boy Ed, Scott Bailey, getting out to the track. We'll catch up with him in a second, actually. We'll go to somebody out there on a lap. How about Michigan race winner, Jeremiah Stutzman?
The fuel mileage man, the strategist.
3rd.
Oh, wow.
Quickest for that 71 machine.
So just saying right now, Emerson, we got Last Chance Racing 1 through 5 right now.
That's right. Then you have B&G Motorsports Century in the 31. I'm surprised Gilly does not make it to the track. Maybe he's waiting. But B&G Motorsports and Swift, last chance to round out the top 10. More Swift, 11th through 13th. Stutzman trying to improve from a 49.964 out of turn 4. The start finish line. Is he gonna cut? He does not cut the tri-oval. And it'll be a 50.057. But now we'll go ahead and we'll take a look at the 11 of Scott Bailey. Ed, driver who just came off the pit lane, a lap ago, getting up to speed now, run that inside lane.
And another one of those last chance guys. You know, these last chance guys have been showing that they have the power these last couple of weeks to contend for wins. But, you know, it's been surprisingly different winners out of these last chance boys. You know, Jeremiah Stutzman at Michigan, Jonathan Jennings at New Hampshire. Last week we had Reese Schaefer, who drives for Swift, winning Eldora. But Scott Bailey was one of those last chance guys that was contending for that win.
It's a good lap.
Right
Second quickest. Barely chips Jonathan Jennings off the front row.
1/1000ths faster than Jonathan Jennings.
Wow. Wow. Still going at it, though. He still has another chance. And I thought we were going to see Max Service take to the track. He has since pulled back into the garage. Still waiting Matt Rogers, Doug Solms, James Gilliard, and Max Service to set time.
Yeah, James Gilliard and Max Service did not take a time in practice,
Yeah,
so it's interesting.
Well, I knew Max Service came in hot, so I don't know if Max Service was going to be able to set a time in practice or quali, really. Maybe he's still trying to calibrate his stuff. To the line, cutting the tri-oval. Is that pole position, provisional pole position for Scott Bailey? But I don't see anybody else looking to challenge that. And with 90 seconds left, Ed, you have to get up to speed, get around the track. I think he did it.
And that's honestly surprising because usually here you would see the second lap be a little bit slower than your first. So that's really insane to me to see how much time he picked up on that second lap. That just shows to you how fast that 11 car is.
What a job from Scott Bailey. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at what's coming up next here on the channel this week. Tomorrow night, don't forget American Racing League Porsche Cup cars are taken to the Silverstone Circuit, home of the British Grand Prix. We saw an amazing Formula One British Grand Prix there a couple weeks ago. Hopefully, the Porsche Cup boys, and they should, do us a great show tomorrow night, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Sunday night, the MPI Cup Series is back in action. They're at the Magic Mile up in Loudoun, New Hampshire. Going to be racing for some lobster, and it's going to be a good time. I love New Hampshire, one of my favorite tracks on the NASCAR schedule. Can't wait to see how the MPI boys tackle it Sunday night at 9 p.m. Eastern. And Ed, we're back here next Wednesday night for the first time ever in Outlaws Sim Series history. The boys are tackling the WeatherTech Raceway, Laguna Seca, NextGen cars, going through the corkscrew. And a very tight pit entry. Cannot wait to see how it goes next Wednesday night at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. What's your take on the slate coming up here, Ed, really quick?
I'm more excited for Sunday when we go to New Hampshire for these MPI guys. You know, New Hampshire being the one track that I went to first to go see a NASCAR race ever when I was a child, basically. And it just grew up to me as one of my favorite tracks to ever go witness. I know a lot of people have their criticism that New Hampshire isn't the greatest racetrack for NASCAR, but I think it's a great racetrack overall. And love to go get me some lobster. You know, we got to get that lobster in there. But I'm excited for that, definitely.
Absolutely. I'm excited for New Hampshire as well. And so here it is. We await these drivers to get going here on their formation lap. Let's go through our starting lineup. And row number 1, Ed, it's your boy that you kept your eye on there, Scott Bailey. He got himself the pole. Is this tonight? He gets it done. He'll start inside row 1. To his outside will be driver of the 93, Kevin Powell. Row number 2 will be the 91, Jonathan Jennings, our Daytona race winner. And that to his outside will be the 71, Jeremiah Stutzman. Row 3, I'm sorry, not Daytona race winner, Daytona pole sitter, Jonathan Jennings. Row 3, it'll be the 22 of Jacob Reeves, the 84 of Derek McMurtry. Row number 4, it'll be the 31 of Brad Bothwell, and the 77 of Seth Berger. Row 5, how about it? The 56 of Adam Gardner, the 41 of Mike Petrin.
Yeah, in row 6, we got the 69 of John Minke alongside Matthew Setzer in the 5 car. Row number 7, we got Adrian Schumacher in the 82, who's looking for another Daytona win to his resume. Alongside him, the 95 of Devin Smith at 14th. Row number 8, the guy I've been looking at to possibly finish off a win here, Daniel Molnick's in the 44 alongside our points leader, Max Service. Row number 9, James Gilliard at the 33 alongside him, Matt Rogers in the 96, another one of those last chance racers. And then finishing out the row, the 67 and the Dodge Charger of Mr. Doug Solms.
A 19-car field ready to do battle tonight here on the high banks of Daytona. As these drivers get ready to do battle, we do have stages in the work for tonight's 95-lap race. And the way we do stages here in the Outlaws Sim Series is we do not throw a caution at the end of the stage. You just award the top 10 at that current point, whether the session is green or yellow. The top 10 at the completion of Stage 1 and Stage 2 will be awarded stage points. And so, Ed, tonight our stages are at the completion of lap 19 and lap 43 in tonight's 95 lap event. And let's look at the weather tonight. A very cool night for these bad boys. 79 degrees Fahrenheit on the track, 78 in the air. But the winds, they're gusting it. Look at that, 15, dropping down to 12 miles an hour out of the southeast. It's not going to be easy for these bad boys out there.
Oh, especially with that wind possibly pushing on the spoiler. It might be interesting here.
We shall see how these drivers are able to handle it tonight. Once again, a quick shout out to our partners here at Pit Stop TV, Whiplash Media, SimCam, SimRap Market, and Permanent Makeup in Cryo, Maine. Go ahead and, of course, show all the love to our partners here at Pit Stop TV. They're, of course, the ones who make things go round for us. Well, Ed, this is race 20 of 26 here, or sorry, 26 of the regular season, race 20 of 36 on the full season for the Outlaws Sim Series. We've had quite a chaotic season thus far, and we're getting ready to do battle on a super speedway again.
I am thoroughly excited, Emerson. I cannot wait to go green.
Absolutely. And here we go. We wait VRacing.com safety vehicle to make that hard left-hand turn into the safety pit lane, bringing down the field of 19 race-ready NASCAR NextGen stock car vehicles to the restart zone, and we are racing from Daytona. Scott Bailey leading lap number 1, and beautiful, beautiful cameras done by Andrew Cardinale IV for that opening lap. That is amazing flyby as we're getting around this track. Looking up here, we do have Scott Bailey, of course, leading the Last Chance Racing train. Jennings and Powell at the top 3, with Reeves there in 4th. B&G Motorsports' Brad Bothwell holding station in 5th. And I wonder if Seth Berger has reached out to Bothwell because of the lack of numbers that Swift Racing and B&G Motorsports have to Last Chance. I wonder if there may be a potential alliance between Swift Racing and Swift Racing and B&G Motorsports to maybe do something against Last Chance.
Possibly, but we had an interesting start there. You know, Mike Petra in the 41 did not get off to a great start. Kind of backed up that whole outside lane a little bit further back with our points leader, Max Service, and a couple others, and they did not get the start that they were hoping for, but has since recovered, and we have a little bit of Swift Racing going on in the back, just a little bit, couple cars behind Seth Berger. We got Adrian Schumacher, Matthew Setzer, and Max Service all lined up together, but they're not really that close enough to Seth Berger. And every car I've seen that's tried to pull out so far, I saw James Gilliard along with, I believe, was the 69 John Mickey try to pull out and make a move, but have since then fallen all the way back, as you see there on our scoring card, to 18th and 19th. So they really can't get nothing going right there. But right now it looks like a single file train. possibly expecting to see some drivers possibly save some fuel as we got to go a long way here to our stage break.
Absolutely. When you think about it, these guys, they can handle about 41 laps of fuel. It's gonna make for an intriguing second pit stop in tonight's race, or first pit stop. You're gonna try to work this race backwards. So far, Scott Bailey holding station. Everybody has gone in line, and we'll let these boys do their battle. We're gonna get a quick graphic reset going here. There's a little bit of lag on our graphic system, but of course, it's still Scott Bailey from Jennings, Kevin Powell, Jacob Reeves, and Brad Bothwell, the top 5. Berger holding station at 6. Now they're getting doubled up here. Last Chance Racing making a little bit of a push out there, that outside lane, Ed. I'm sorry, Swift Racing.
I was just about to mention it, Emerson. I said Swift Racing, they were all lined up together just about. They all getting lined up now. Devin Smith has joined the party. They're starting to catch up to Seth Berger. I'm expecting Seth to jump up here momentarily to jump up in front of his teammate in the 5. Right now the 5 is clear, but the Seth Berger now jumps out of line. This might be the move that Swift Racing's looking for. We were talking about it before. Maybe Seth had to make an alliance possibly with B&G or some other fellas, but it looks like Swift Racing, looks like they have a good pack going on here. Let's see if they can make it work, though, as those last chance guys are lined up, sat one by one. Possibly help Scott Bailey hold off his back, but as I'm watching it, they're not really going anywhere right now. They're currently just stuck side by side with Brad Bothwell on the inside line, but as soon as I say it, they get a good run off the corner. Here they come with the momentum on the top, Emerson.
Absolutely. 5 cars in the outside lane trying to do battle here. And there it is, James Gillier with the fastest lap.
I think James wants to get up there. He's moved down the line right now. He's hoping for somebody to help him get back up there because he wants to get in this line. I see him. He's moving back and forth up top on that bottom line. You see that white and green striped Camaro back there now jumping up to the top as he's going to get a run to possibly get into this pack. You know, the more cars that jump up here might help these Swift Racing fellas. So we might see some help here for the Swift Racing guys to jump up there. Now John Mickey's jumped up there as well.
And John Mickey is part of Last Chance. He just wants to get moving to the front. Now I'm looking for Brad Bothwell to make a move to this high side and join his teammate up in that outside lane. Bothwell is still down there racing Seth Berger. I think Bothwell has got to get that memo soon. That outside lane is starting to form up and is moving. Is he trying to get out right in front of Berger? Here he is.
There he goes.
There he goes. And I think whether it's intentional or not, B&G Motorsports is going to have to work with Swift Racing if they want to make anything happen with Last Chance.
Yeah, now how fast can they make it up? You know, this Last Chance boys are kind of separate right now. Derek McMurtry's not lined up with the 22, but the Swift Racing guys are lined up pretty good. Now, as I say that, the 84 closest to the back bumper of the 22. Now, how much momentum can these Swift and B&G guys gain off the exit of turn 4 here onto the straightaway? This is where we've seen them start overpowering this bottom line. See what kind of move they can make as there's all over the back of Brad Bothwell as we're on board with Seth Berger.
I was going to say, check out this pushing. Look at this. All over that rear end. Trying to hold that wheel as tight as you can. But, Ed, when you're pushing another 300 or 3,500 pound stock car at 190 miles an hour, it ain't going to handle the way you want.
Absolutely. I was going to mention it, too. I was watching a lot of these cars on the bottom lane. They really do not look that stable. A lot of guys are having trouble holding this bottom lane even when they're behind somebody possibly in the draft. So that's definitely something we're going to have to keep our eye on with stability issues possibly being a factor here in this race.
Back up front, Scout Bailey holding station. Top 4 are clear, and I wonder what Jacob Reeves is thinking. He saw him go up a little bit there in the middle of the corner. That outside lane is formed up, but they're not getting too much on that inside lane. They've moved up 1 spot. And Bothwell's still trying to make something happen, leading that charge with Seth Berger in tow.
And I'm watching this front group with these Last Chance guys. Jonathan Jennings is really giving Scott Bailey some really good pushes off the exit of the corners and even on the straightaways, as you can see now. He is shoving him. He is shoving Scott Bailey down the straightaway. But as I say that, Seth Berger is also shoving Brad Bothwell down the straightaway, but they're just not gaining as much time as Brad just jumped in. Maybe he doesn't see that line going anywhere. Maybe now we can see if Matthew Setzer can give good pushes to Seth Berger. Maybe that's what they needed. I don't know if maybe possibly Brad Bothwell was slowing them up a little bit, but we'll notice here in a little bit as Matthew Setzer is now going to line up to shove Seth Berger. See how far they can make it possibly.
I'm not too sure how that push ability is. I know Seth Berger can push. I don't quite know if Matthew Setzer can. We're going to find out for sure. He gave Seth a good push there through the tri-oval, but not a whole lot coming out of it, and they are working their way backwards. I think, oh, Jennings a little off-center off of Bailey's rear end there. He is shoving at 11.
And this might be interesting. Maybe the move that they need to make is Scott Bailey still leading out front with Jonathan Jennings in tow. A couple of the last chance boys on the bottom, but Swift Racing, as I say that, they're getting a run. They got to the side of Jacob Breeze, now to the side of Kevin Powell, possibly on the corner of him. This might be the move that they need.
This is huge. Bothwell dropping out of line. Now Setzer is responsible for making this line move. How well can they get lined up?
Now, if you're Seth Berger and you get clear of that front pack, do you drop down and leave your teammates up to dry? If I'm him, I'll stay up top.
You got to stay up top because then everybody's going to team up on you. So I think Berger understands that. If he gets up there, he's got to stay up on the high side and try to get a couple of his guys cleared so he's not all by himself.
See, right there, if you noticed, Emerson, Matthew Setzer had to let off a little bit after pushing Seth Berger just a tad bit.
I think he tried too hard. It might have started to overheat.
He has to get out of this comfort zone. I feel like he has to just shove him. I mean, you have to get him out front. And you remember the last time we were at Talladega, the two duos of Zoltan Herzog, and I believe it was Brad Bothwell, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure.
Nicholas Shelton and Zoltan Herzog.
Yeah, and they were making two cars roll around 18 with these. And now it's like struggling as we got about 5 cars in the pack, struggling to even pass the rest of this pack right now on the bottom. But as I say that now, they're a little bit separated. If I'm Seth Berger, I got to get to the side of the quarter panel of Brad Bothwell and possibly side draft him to even get this run going again. As I said that, they get the run to build up on Jacob Reeves.
Yeah, so there's a lot here. That outside lane, you're right. Berger has to start side drafting. Setzer's got to be getting more confident. Max has got to be keeping Adrian on the back bumper of Setzer so they can stay locked up. And then Devin Smith cannot be lagging back the way he is. Everybody who's not... I mean, everybody has a role in a draft line like this. Of course, the leader has to hold the steadiest wheel. The pusher has to stay and lock on to the leader's back bumper. The third car has to keep that second car locked on as close as he can. That fourth car has to keep that third car up to the second car to keep them locked in. And then everybody else has to continue to side draft to continue to stay in line and not do too much on the straightaway so they can continue to build up speed. Drafting in a line is not any longer one car is a good lead car, one car is a good pusher. It is 3, 4, maybe a 5-car job for an outside for one lane to work.
Yeah, look at this run right here that Seth Berger had. He had a little moment there. I saw the opportunity possibly to get Seth Berger out to the front, but as I say that, I see Jonathan Jennings just all over the back of his teammate in the 11 of Scott Bailey. They're doing a really great job right now of just maintaining this gap to that top line. Just making sure that they have enough of a gap. As I see that, Seth Berger is now getting passed by Brad Bothwell, and they're starting to fall back big time here, Emerson. I'm watching. They're falling through the field.
They're not lined up.
Nope, they're not lined up at all. Here comes Adam Gardner, Daniel Mullenix, Doug Solms, Matt Rogers. It looks like James Gilliard got by Devin Smith back there, too, so they switched them both back up. I don't know if maybe this package is forming. They just got to get lined up a little bit tighter. Adrian's got to be a little bit more closer to Matthew Setzer. Matthew Setzer has to get out of the comfort zone and just shove Seth Berger on the straightaways. Even if his temps are rising, he just has to get over that comfort zone and just make sure that they get this gap back.
And now what we're talking about, Ed, we're coming around to the end of stage 1 in a few laps. Lap 19 is the conclusion of stage number 1. And I'm sure Max Service would like to get up. Oh, car to 1, Matthew Setzer!
Oh, that's not going to help the Swift Racing boys at all.
And that car is destroyed.
Yeah, definitely probably has some toe lane damage, absolutely, from hitting that wall as hard as he did.
See if we can see what happened to Matthew Setzer. Five of Matthew Setzer there up off the corner. He just got loose all by himself.
You remember I mentioned it, Emerson, a lot of these cars did not look like they were comfortable, stable in the draft. It looks like just one of those kind of situations there where the car just got unsettled in the draft possibly. He overcorrected it and just shot right back up into the wall.
And Ed, remember, we saw this in the February race. we saw cars losing control up off the corner. I figured with the lower track temp, this would not be as much of a problem because the track would be tighter. But it seems like, I mean, he might have been just using a February setup there too as well. But it's not as straightforward that these guys should not be getting loose off these corners. You saw Adam also get loose there to his inside.
Absolutely. And now Jacob Reese has been peeking in and out. Seth Berger has fallen all the way back to 9th place. That outside line is non-existent anymore. I think right now they're just going to ride it out till the stage end.
They're trying again.
Yeah, they're going to try again.
I mean, because you got to fight for stage points, I'm thinking.
Absolutely, you do, especially for these kind of drivers in this situation between Adrian Schumacher, James Gilliard. But one thing I want to notice and touch on, Max Service, our points leaders at 15th. And right now, he's not scored any stage points if we get to the end of this stage point right now. And he's not really in the draft as much either, so this might even hurt him even more. Oh, this might hurt him bad right here.
He's got Devin Smith's draft, but Devin Smith has definitely lost the draft. So this is intriguing for Max Service's case. Meanwhile, his teammate and the driver trying to take a point lead from him, Seth Berger, is in stage points. And the driver third in points is sitting second in the stage tally with 2 laps to go in stage 1.
And a reminder, Jennings was out by 46 points to Max Service's cutoff in first. Seth Berger was only back by 9 points.
That's right, 9 points right there. That would be 2. And that would make it a 7-point deficit. The 7-point advantage in the favor of Max Service. But here we come, Ed. 1 lap to go in stage number 1. And it's Scott Bailey, Jonathan Jennings, and Kevin Powell.
And this would be big for Scott Bailey, too, because he's battling right now Adrian Schumacher and James Gilliard for 7th and 6th in points. He's only about, I want to say, about 7 points back of James Gilliard. And James Gilliard's in 10th right now. And Adrian Schumacher's in 13th. So this would definitely be a good points day for Scott Bailey if he was able to close this out.
Well, here we are down the back straightaway, and you're right. It is very close for 6th in points. Scott Bailey trying to assert some dominance in that position. Seth Berger is back to 10. But here we come out of turn number 4. The battle for stage points. Well, it's going to sit still pretty much to the line. It's going to be Scott Bailey winning stage 1 here at Daytona. Seth Berger does get 9th, Gilliard 10th. The top 10 that is on your screen right now is the top 10 that got stage points in that order. Bailey wins the stage over Jennings, Powell, Reeves, Bothwell, McMurtry, Gardner, Molnix, Berger, and Gilliard. Top 10 receive stage points, and now Max has a 7-point lead.
Yeah, not only do we have a battle for the points lead, we have positions everywhere for points. Jacob Reese, Scott Bailey got good points there. So did Adam Gardner in 7th with good points. Derek McMurtry, who's in 12th right now, he's got good points. We got a lot of these drivers that need points getting points right now.
Absolutely. We're at the point now, stage 2 will be awarded at the completion. Let me double check. At the end of lap 43, Ed. And that's going to be right after pit stops. Oh, boy. That one's going to be fun.
Now, if you're somebody in this pack, do you possibly think about saving fuel and possibly try to get the stage win maybe? Maybe if you're somebody like maybe, I don't know, the 33 James Gilliard, the 44 Daniel Molnix, the 56 of Adam Gardner. If you desperately need that points for the stage win possibly, I don't know. I'm just saying, Emerson, we might have to watch that a little bit. Might see some strategy played out.
You're right, Ed. But look who's starting to work together. James Gilliard and Seth Berger. They say on these plate tracks, your friends are where you find them. How about that?
Yeah. Hey, at this rate, you just got to say bygones be bygones and just work with the closest guy to you.
Yeah, I mean, he has to work with him. He doesn't really have much else of a choice. Everybody else is last chance.
Hey, you're right. And one thing I haven't touched on either, they're coming up on some lap traffic in a little while. It's probably going to be a little while till they get to them. But Jeremiah Stutzman and Mike Peachern, they had a moment a while back ago that got them forced out of the draft, and those two are working together. Mike Peachern and Jeremiah Stutzman, both are right now about to get after the pit entry line. And our leaders right now are in the middle of turns 3 and 4.
Yeah, something's happening here with Gilliard and Seth Berger. It ain't much, but they are moving.
They're trying.
Oh, Gilliard drops down. I wonder if he's just trying to get the draft and get back up to Seth, or is that where? Oh, he's dropped Seth back now.
I don't know if you remember this, Emerson. Do you remember back at iRacing Super Speedway what Gilliard was doing? And I think I know exactly what he's doing too.
He's taking one car at a time and side drafting.
Exactly. He did this same exact thing in iRacing Super Speedway, and it gained him so much track position. He would get to the corner panel of the guy in front of him, side draft him back to where he lost the run, and he would take the position from him. He did it one car at a time, and that's exactly what he's doing now.
Well, he's trying. You see what he's doing? He's entering higher. He's going to probably try to arc it down to the corner, get a run. Anyway, he can generate a run. He's trying to get one here.
I love this strategy, too. I think it's perfect. Unless he was just trying to get up to his teammate. It looks like now he's just settling in.
Yeah, that might have been it, too.
Because now you just got about 4 last chance racing guys along with 2 B&Gs. So, it'll be interesting. Maybe these two can work together to get by the 4, maybe. They would have to get lined up quick.
Swift Racing, they are all sorts of in the mud. One teammate has wrecked. 2 of them lost a draft. And in the pack, one's at the tail end of the pack.
And there's only 3 of them, I believe, now in the pack, so.
2 in the pack.
Oh, 2, yeah.
And then 2 lost the draft.
Like you mentioned earlier, I think they're going to have to start making some friends possibly with the B&G guys to get by these last chance boys, because right now, these last chance guys are making it look way too easy right now in this field.
That being said, we're going to go ahead and step aside and take our first side-by-side of the evening. Don't you go anywhere. Pit Stop TV side-by-side is going to keep the action on your screen as the leaders worked by lap car of Mike Petrin. Don't you go anywhere.
After months of quarantine, we're all interested in how we can become our best self. The team at Permanent Makeup and Cryo is here to help you get the flawless makeup look every day without the extra effort or time. When it comes to your appearance, you deserve the best care that money can buy.
Welcome, race fans, back to the virtual Daytona International Speedway here in Daytona Beach, Florida. It's still the last chance, boys. Holding station here at the front of the field. And we look at it. It's pretty much stayed stationary. Everybody single file. The B&G boys have gotten together. Well, McMurtry's gotten around James Gilliard. Ed, you were mentioning something. What caught your eye?
Devin Smith is very slow on the back straightaway right now. I don't know what has happened to him.
Oh, no, that car is destroyed. We're going to go try to figure out what happened to the 95 of Devin Smith. Oh, no.
Oh, I see it now.
Here we go. Yep, we got it queued up here. So this is it. 95 of Devin Smith, tailing right now the 81 of Max Service. Into the corner, he goes a little high.
Cuts the apron.
I don't know if he got loose or he just... Oh, no.
A hard hit. That definitely killed the engine and the tire.
And that was somebody I've been looking at today to try to get a win, and I think that his competitive night is over.
Hoping he can make it back to the pit road, because if he stops, that'll be a caution, and that would make things a little bit more interesting for the stage end.
If he stops on the racing surface, it'll be a caution.
True. Very true.
There he is.
Well,
he should be making it to pit road, no problem.
And that was Max Service's help, too, so Max is all by himself.
Yeah, Max Service is going to get really, really screwed here. He's going to be potentially trapped a lap down. The way this race is going, that is not going to be very good in his favor.
Yeah, Max is in exit of turn 2, going down the back straightaway now, and the leaders are just about to cross the start-finish line.
Now there's lap traffic right here, right in front of the race leaders. This is... I thought there was somebody right in front. Oh, yes, it's Matthew Setzer.
Yes, that is Matthew Setzer. He's back out from repairs from his incident earlier. We had a little bit of a shake-up earlier, though, Emerson, too. I was watching. You know, James Gilliard got around Derek McMurtry, but I don't know how, but Brad Buffalo and Derek McMurtry got around James Gilliard, so I don't know what caused that to happen, if they both made a move possibly to get around him. Or...
Well, no, Buffalo was ahead of Gilliard. It was McMurtry who just got around Gilliard himself.
Oh, yeah. That was weird. I was like, because I remember when before we went to side-by-side, it was like Gilliard was in front of McMurtry, and I saw that Gilliard was behind Bothwell, and now Gilliard's behind McMurtry. So I didn't know if McMurtry maybe pulled the same move that Gilliard's been making to get around Gilliard, but McMurtry's back up to 6th.
McMurtry up into that 6th position. Adam Gardner having a quiet day, sitting there in 8th.
It looks like he's just riding. Maybe, possibly.
I'm starting to get the vibe that all these guys are kind of just riding.
I know, but maybe we're seeing that little bit of a strategy I was talking about earlier. Emerson possibly saving fuel, you know, make it to the stage end. Never know. But they also got to watch, because Gilliard's leaving a little bit of a gap to this draft. I don't know if he's
Gardner's got to now get up there and start pushing them.
Yeah, they're starting to lose it a little bit.
That is a large gap. Let's see at it.
It's about like 2 car lengths.
Well, he's closing up
now.
now.
Like now. Yeah, there we go. He got it back.
Maybe. I think he might be going for fastest lap, honestly.
Maybe, or maybe he's building a run.
Maybe, yeah. He wants to get around McMurtry, maybe. He's lifting again. He's not going for fastest lap.
Jennings is still shoving Scott Bailey every lap. He's been pushing him mainly down the back straightaway more and more. He hasn't been pushing him anywhere else.
Adrian Schumacher has gone to the outside lane.
With Matthew Setzer.
Ah.
So maybe a little bit of a run from Swift again. Well, Matt Rogers just said nope and took both of those spots.
I think they're trying, but it's going to be tough.
Yeah, and how good of a powered machine does Matthew Setzer have after all that damage?
Well, the good news is I don't think he has much engine damage, but he did destroy the right front. So it'll be intriguing to see what happens. Setzer's having to run up the track. I think just to maybe keep that thing from under him, and he had a little bit of an issue there.
And now we're having a similar issue now. Derek McMurtry's starting to lose the draft now from Brad Bothwell.
These guys, they're really pushing up there. And I don't know if these guys, I mean, there's 4 of them up there, but I don't know if they want to leave their teammate behind. Well, a lot of their teammates behind in the dust. Bothwell was able to stay glued to Reeves. Should be okay. Now McMurtry's closing that gap again. And we are waiting at, trying to figure out what comes first, the pit stops or the stage end. The stage end's on lap 43.
You take the stage in. I'll take the pit stop. We'll see which one's right. One of us have to be right. We'll be close.
I'm pretty sure it's going to be the pit stop, but it's going to be close.
35 laps in. Scott Bailey's led all of them. Our pole sitter having a good showing right now in Daytona. He said he wanted to hopefully get the monkey off his back. Maybe tonight might be the night he gets that monkey finally off his back and gets a win under his belt.
And I don't think Jennings is pressed to get another win. I don't think Jennings is going to be all too... I don't think he's going to change his outlook on the Outlaws Sim Series if he gets a Daytona win. I think he wants Scott Bailey to get this win as well.
Maybe even behind him. Maybe Kevin Powell, Jacob Reeves. They both need
Adam
wins.
Gardner had a moment to the apron. But he stays in line now.
There's a lot of people in this line that need wins, Emerson. And how much are they going to go for it?
You're right. For what it's worth, still have 2 pit stops in this race before you can really start talking about that. And of course, you got to make sure you don't speed on pit road. Make sure you don't mess up, slide through the box. Mess up on pit exit. Pit exit is tough. A lot of things, can go wrong on pit entry or on pit road.
Yeah, one person I would definitely like to see possibly even sneak out a win here is that guy in 4th place right now, Jacob Reeves. He has just an incredible story with everything that's going on with him this season. And it would just be so awesome to see him sneak out a win.
Let's drop further back around the field. Take a look at John Mickey and his pack of Stutzman and Max Service. This is quite a pack here. We have one of the cleanest guy in the field, the smartest guy in the field, and the guy with the most points in the field back here. What's going on?
Man, we got a lot of things going on around here. We got we got to move possibly to the outside. And look who it is, Matthew Setzer and Adrian Schumacher.
They're going by Seth Berger. I wonder if Berger feels he's better pushing that group, or they're just going.
They're just going.
Berger's
and they're making a lot of ground.
Adrian is pushing everything he's got. Oh my goodness.
They are moving.
Smokes. And they're pitting down that inside lane.
Oh, we got pit stops.
And Adrian Schumacher goes to the lead.
And they didn't even have to do all that. They just they went and did it anyways.
Well, you know what? Get a good in-lap. Now, the thing is, they're so spread out. They got Bothwell, Gilly, and Berger, and this is what I expected. All these guys are going to have to pit with each other. But Berger might be in some trouble here. Let's go and take a look at pit road, though. What's going on back down here? Oh, Gardner missed this box. Have to reverse back into it.
Yeah, so it looked like from what I saw, Gardner was the only one that missed his box. Everybody else made it. As we see more pit stops behind them.
Service
looks like
Stutzman.
Mickey, Stutzman. Yep, all of them came to pit road now. Waiting up. Here comes Setzer, Schumacher, Bothwell, and Gilead stay out. Here comes Seth Berger.
They should have pitted with them. They should have all pitted together. I don't like that they all pitted.
I don't know how I feel about this, but Gilliard's taped up all behind Brad Bothwell right now. Maybe they're going to push as hard as they possibly can, see how much they can overlap.
They were pushing really hard. They were in the purple for a little bit, but there's all the Swift there on pit road.
Now, Scott Bailey is lined up with his teammate Jonathan Jennings, but Jacob Reeves is slowly behind, but the pack is very separated. Emerson, I've only seen a 3-car pack from like 2 rows deep.
Yeah, it's only Bailey and
look at this gap.
Jennings.
Look how far back the rest of the pack is.
And it's going to be hard for Jennings to suck up to Bailey without Bailey to drag the brakes. There's Setzer and Schumacher getting rolling on the inside lane. This is going to be intriguing.
This actually might pan out for these Swift guys. I'm not going to lie.
Well, it might for Schumacher. I don't know about Berger. No, Berger's not going to. Berger might lose the. Oh, Berger might be okay.
It's interesting.
Oh, there they go. Berger's going to need to get all of that draft. Schumacher down the inside to the lead, or to the provisional lead, because the two B&G boys are on pit road. It's Bailey and Jennings. They're staying up high.
Seth has got the draft.
They're trying to get Reeves down low. Meanwhile, Bothwell has left pit lane. Gilliard is still in the box. Gilliard must be dead.
Matthew Setzer got out of line. Now Setzer's going to be pushing Adrian Schumacher.
I think that's what they wanted to do. They said, all right, Setzer, come on, get in line, get behind Seth, and try to get those boys lined up. We know Schumacher can push. I know Seth can push. He hasn't demonstrated it yet. But this is going to be intriguing now. It's pretty much a 3v3 up here.
Yeah, I'm more watching behind them, Emerson. That second pack is closing very fast.
Boffo might hold the lead here. He doesn't have much draft, but he's going to be in this pack also. And I'd imagine he's going to have to work with Swift. But depending on where he slots in here, it's going to be intriguing.
And Max Service is just up the road about ahead of them. This might actually even help Swift a little bit more.
And remember, 2 laps to go in the stage. This is the battle for the stage. Scott Bailey, Jonathan Jennings, Jacob Breeze, Adrian Schumacher, Seth Berger, the top 5 after pit stops. Bothwell, Powell, Molnix, McMurtry, and Rogers, the top 10. 2 laps to go. This time by the stripe will be 1 in stage number 2.
I would have never pictured this is how our stage would be ending ever. That is insane to me how this whole pit cycle just happened. Gilliard is just up the road ahead of them as well. Jack Service just got by ahead of Gilliard.
Everybody's all nose to tail. 1 lap to go in stage number 2.
Now this is going to be interesting. Here's Gilliard in service just ahead of these two. Does Max help his Swift Racing fellas at all?
They're going to stay down low. You know what?
Jacob Breeze isn't clear. Is Jennings going to hop down?
Everybody on that high side. Reeves wants to drop. Jennings trying to drop. Schumacher gets down in line.
Schumacher staying up top.
And Max lifted for Berger. But to the line. This is the battle for the stage win. Don't know if it's going to be much of a battle. But off of turn 4, Scott Bailey is going to go back-to-back and sweep the stages here at Daytona. Seth Berger will bring in 6 points, bringing it at a 1-point advantage in Max Service's favor. Max Service has a 1-point lead over his teammate Seth Berger, and if this race goes the way it is right now, Seth Berger should definitely be the point leader.
And they got another lap car in front of them with Jeremiah Stutzman, who's about to go a lap down as well.
This
right now, the caution,
because Stutzman, yes, he's in the Last Chance Discord, but he's kind of more of an independent guy. So I want to see if he maybe just latches on with these boys. I don't know what he will end up doing.
Maybe, but this would be interesting too. If the caution were to come out, Max Service would be the lucky dog.
Max Service is in that lucky dog position. You're right.
It's between him, Gilliard, and Stutzman.
Oh man, well, Stutzman's trying to get that lucky dog. Look at Stutzman work for it. That's how you know Stutzman working as that independent, trying to race for himself, trying to get himself back onto the lead lap.
Is anybody going to go with him, though? That's the question.
No, Setzer's not going to go with him for sure.
No, but he'll be able to fall back in line if he just drops down.
You're right. So now I think we're setting up here for the next round of green flag pit stops. I don't anticipate a move before. Well, I don't anticipate a move anytime soon when it comes to where this pack is now. They've split up a lot of Last Chance Racing. There's actually no other Last Chance Racing cars in this pack other than the top 3.
It's just insane to me how that pit cycle just changed the way of the situation of how this whole race has been. It's separated that whole front pack of Last Chance with just Last and Swift now. It's no longer a majority battle win for Last Chance. Swift Racing's here. They could contend for this win.
And they have the numbers at the moment more than Last Chance Racing in this lead pack, which is exactly what they needed. And they need to see if they're going to get any help from B&G Motorsports.
And it's not like that second pack is catching them that much at all. It's been maintaining now at about 3 seconds.
You're right. Let's go ahead and take a look at that second pack. We haven't even mentioned that all day. So that was a good eye there, Ed. Looking at it here. Bothwell 6. So here's Powell. Got Molnix, McMurtry, Rogers, and Gardner. They're trying to make something happen here.
And these are all really fast cars, too. This is a lot of the Last Chance guys that have great setups. And, Powell was saying, these guys really work on their setups. So they definitely have fast machines. It's just, can Molnix push Powell enough to where they could catch back up to the pack. As I'm saying that now, it's about cut down to about 2.5 seconds.
Well, before things get too crazy here at Daytona, we are going to step aside. We're going to take another side-by-side here from the Outlaws Sim Series round 20 here at the Daytona International Speedway. Don't you go anywhere. We'll be right back. We're not going to go anywhere.
After months of quarantine, we're all interested in how we can become our best self. The team at Permanent Makeup and Cryo is here to help you get the flawless makeup look every day without the extra effort or time. When it comes to your appearance, you deserve the best care that money can buy.
Welcome, race fans, back to the virtual Daytona Beach, Florida, here at the Daytona International Speedway. And you saw up there, Jeremiah Stutzman has got himself the third car in line and the first car. One lap down. A great move from Stutzman to get to the lucky dog position. And the mind games continue to roar on here at Daytona. What this has also done is this has allowed a second pack of cars to close up here. At least Bothwell has lost touch, and there's Powell. Yeah, they've caught up.
Not only have they caught up, Emerson, they gained cars. More and more lap cars that are coming back here. They're joining this pack, and this is going to help them even more. As I say that, Powell just said, oh, they're wrecking behind, Gilliard around, Bothwell around.
Oh,
there's another car back there.
And both the
another
BG
car
cars,
too.
And the caution is out. The first caution of the evening. And Ed, remember how Stutzman got to the front? Well, he's the lucky dog. We're going to go ahead and take a replay and see what had happened.
Yeah, I saw them all moving back, and I don't know exactly what happened. I just saw the 33 go around first.
Well, here we go. Let's find out.
He's falling back, falling back, falling back.
Oh, he
wow.
just gets loose. Oh, no. And his teammate, and they collect Petrin. I think Mickey might have gotten a piece.
Yeah, Mickey got a little bit of front damage from that.
I am not believing that. Gilliard gets loose and clips his own teammate. Wow. One more time. Let's see above. I think he's riding that C-Med. This car comes around on him. Yeah, Mickey got damage and Petrin.
Yeah.
Bothwell is done. Gilliard may be done.
Yeah, Gilliard might have a little bit. I hear Bothwell running around with the tire rod broken. The tire's not in place. And Jeremiah's going around right now getting his lap back currently. He's now the lucky dog.
And pit road is open. Here they come.
Max Service stays out, so he will take the wave around.
Yeah, Service wants to get back into the lead lap. He knows how important his season really, lays on staying on the lead lap here. And you know what, Ed? Look how many laps to go there. We're going to be 42 laps to go. It's going to be really close on fuel.
I think it's probably going to be one more stop at least.
Are you sure?
It's close. I don't... take it a little bit. You know, they made it 30-something laps.
And we're going to go green with 40.
Yeah, it'll be close. If they save enough, they might be able to make it. I can't confirm. James Gilliard has took it to the garage, and he's done for the day.
And Gilliard is done.
So his chances of possibly getting a win here tonight are out of the blue.
Well, Ed, you brought him up coming up into the show tonight. I'm gonna give you the chance to talk to our double-time race winner, the guy you've been keeping your eye on tonight, Scott Bailey. He's heading back your way, Ed.
Scott Bailey, is the boys in the booth got copy.
Yeah, I got you.
Well, man, what did I tell you? I think I'm your good luck charm, man. You know, I said you're going to have a good night tonight. You know, you got that 11 machine on the pole. It's led just about almost every lap. You won both the stages. How about it, man? Tell us how your night's going.
It's going good now. I haven't had to get in traffic, which is a good thing at Daytona. So, yeah, just trying to keep it clean here now with the field bunching back up. Hopefully we can keep her out front.
Yeah, you and those last chance guys have really been doing a heck of a job tonight. You know, you and Jonathan Jennings have been working well. I've seen Jacob Reeves around there behind you guys and a couple others, but the Swift Racing guys have been trying to make some moves on you guys, even teaming up with some B&G, maybe even some other teammates. Was that kind of concern you guys a little bit towards the end, possibly, that they might have something for you guys?
Yeah, I mean they've got a good group of cars there where they can put together a pretty good run and try and pass us. So. We definitely still got to be working together to hold them off.
Well, man, let's see if you can close the deal. You know, you're going for the whole three-peat sweep. You know, you won both the stages. Now can you close out and get the race win? Let's see what you can do. Hopefully we'll be talking to you later, Scott.
Yeah, sounds good. I'll be holding on.
And that was driver of the number 11, Scott Bailey. Ed, did you notice what just happened right there?
I noticed a lot of cars come back down the pit road to top off.
All but the top three, all of Scott Bailey's team, came down pit road right there.
Now that's interesting to me because I still don't think they can make it. I think they just came down to maybe make it to where they can just save a little less more than the rest of these drivers here.
Well,
maybe I'm not
save,
sure.
But they're only going to have to save 1 or 2 laps.
Yeah, compared to what? Possibly them saving about 3 to 4 maybe.
Right.
So it's definitely a little bit easier.
This has intrigued the entire outlook on it. Max Harris is still coming around from his wave around. But Scott Bailey is going to be the odd man out. He's going to be leading the field. And he's going to be have less fuel than everybody else, really. We're going to see how this plays out. So here we go. The iRacing.com safety vehicle finds its safety in the pit lane. And the field in the hands of Scott Bailey. We are racing once again from Daytona. And to the line, it is Season 1 Daytona race winner, Adrian Schumacher, leading the field back around. And how about it, Adrian Schumacher to the point with Seth Berger in tow. And here comes Last Chance up on that outside lane.
Hey, you want to hear something interesting to hear, Emerson? I just heard some weird communications with Scott Bailey. Apparently, when they took the green, he accidentally hit the ignition kill switch.
Oh no.
So that was the reason why he had an interesting start. So that is exactly why Scott Bailey's in where he is now. So that's interesting to hear. I don't know, see how you can hit the ignition kill switch on going back to green. Maybe he was just trying to save fuel and maybe he left. Yeah, maybe he left on the wheel. Maybe he accidentally left it turned off. I don't know.
What this has done is Derek McMurtry is now in the race lead. And Schumacher was trying something and he dives back down. But this is intriguing now. Look at the names up here, Ed. Top 5.
Yeah, how about the top 4, top 5?
Top 4 have never won in the Outlaws Sim Series.
Yeah, and they all need wins.
Yeah. Now Max Service left out to dry on the high side. Max Service, he cannot make it on field. He is desperately awaiting a caution potentially. Everybody else is going to try to make it on fuel. I wonder if there's any communication to maybe get these boys to switch to try to help everybody save fuel. Or is McMurtry kind of going to be sacrificed for this race since he's going to be the leader and not be able to save as much?
Not entirely sure, but Max Service is having trouble right now he's trying to get down to the bottom and he just can't find a hole to get in. He's stuck right now on the outside of Jonathan Jennings, and now Jacob Breeze is trying to help a little bit. He's been switching up and down, back and forth, trying to give Jennings a run. I don't know if it's to help Max get in or if it's just to help his teammates possibly build a run, but now Max might have a hole here between the 93 and 67, but as soon as I say that, the hole closes up quick.
Seth's just going to pick him up here, and that's what's going to have to happen. Now, it's going to be intriguing. Now, the rest of Last Chance Racing has an opportunity to go here and get back to the front. But if they're not, I'd keep my eyes on Scott Bailey, Jacob Reeves, Kevin Powell, and Jonathan Jennings as they are saving fuel behind these Swift Racing cars they're behind right now.
Yeah, I absolutely believe that, Emerson. And, you know, I love what I see right now with our top 4, but I think the people that we need to keep an eye on possibly for the race win are sitting back here with the 11, the 22, the 91, the 93, the 71 even maybe. He just got the lucky dog, and you never know. Jeremiah's been able to pull these kinds of out before. He did it at Michigan winning on fuel strategy. You never know. Maybe he can pull another one out, and this time at a super speedway.
Everybody starts to find its way in line, and everybody is all lined up that time with 26 laps to go. Go and look at the race info so far tonight, Ed. We've had 1 caution and we've had 5 lead changes tonight. It's been a pretty green night, pretty clean night for these boys. And it's been pretty intriguing up here with that second round of pit stops.
Yeah, absolutely.
That green flag round of pit stops.
Absolutely. That whole green flag pit stop shenanigans that changed everything. You know, we went from a giant pack split into about 3 to 4 packs, and it changed how that stage 2 finish ended, but it still ended with the same result with Scott Bailey taking the stage win, but it helped out a lot of others like the Swift Racing guys get back up to the front, helped a couple of lucky lap cars get back on the lead lap like Max Service, Jeremiah Stutzman. And it took out some good contenders like Brad Balfour and James Gilliard, who we had that caution for recently. But as I say that, look at the top now starting to make moves. Jeremiah Stutzman, Jonathan Jennings, Scott Bailey, Brett, and Kevin Powell all making moves to the top. This might be the chance for them to make the run back up to the front.
And they are. They're not even going to try to get in behind their other Swift Last Chance Racing teammates. They're going for it. Jeremiah Stutzman wants to go to the lead. And he's
they had a big checkup on the bottom. Adam Gardner's on the apron. Jacob Breeze had a checkup. He just ran into the back. I believe that was Adam Gardner. I'm not entirely sure. I think it was Adrian Schumacher, actually.
To the lead goes Stutzman. And you know what? I think that inside lane checked up on purpose to get the teammates down. And now Max Service is being phased out right now. And he gets in line. He does get in line.
Jacob Reeves lost the draft just by a little bit. He got stuck in this second pack now with Doug Solms and Matthew Setzer. I'm wondering if that damage that he might have got to the front end might hurt him here. I'm not entirely sure what happened. I saw somebody check up on the bottom big time, and he ran into the back. That might have been Mike Petrin, actually, that he ran into the back of. It was a brownish-looking car. I could not make it out. But he ran into the back of somebody, and it just killed his entire momentum.
I think that inside might have checked out to get their teammates back out in front. But what that has done is given Jeremiah Sutton the race lead. Jennings second, Bailey third, Powell fourth, McMurtry fifth, Max Service, who cannot make it on fuel, is sixth. Max Service will have to pit in the next 20 laps.
One thing I'm really curious to see.
Really close, but he won't make it.
No, yeah, he will not make it. I don't think. He might have to pit with everybody else. I don't know. It'll be close. But the one thing I got to keep an eye on is Jeremiah Stutzman. You like being out in the lead, right? You're burning the most fuel while you're in the lead. You ain't able to save. Everybody else behind you is able to save, but when you're up front, you cannot save fuel. So I'm hoping Jeremiah understands that him leading is going to kill his fuel strategy. Maybe I think he just realized it now. He jumps out to the top.
He's looked at that fuel number. That's exactly what he just did. He said, uh-oh.
Yep. And out here comes all the last chance guys in a run right here. Scott Bailey, Jonathan Jennings.
And you know what? He got McMurtry to let him in.
Yep. I think exactly what I was talking about, Emerson. I think he saw the fuel number. He said, nah, I can't be doing this right now. I got to worry about me making it to the end. But now Jonathan Jennings has to think about it now. Now Jennings is in the hot seat. Can he make it to the end? He was one of those guys that we saw while we're under caution. He made that second round of pit stops to top it off, to maybe save a little bit less of fuel. Maybe he knows he's at that number to where he can make it to the end. But
and Bailey did it. Oh, Mike Petrin's going around.
Mike Petrin hit
the inside wall.
No caution. We stay green.
Big hit for the 41. And we're going to see what happened. This is Mike Petrin. He's sitting behind Seth Berger. He gets into the back of the 77, gets turned over from the 22, and he goes around.
I actually think he had that little bit of a sit. I don't think he got hit by Jacob Reese. I think it's just him hitting the apron and coming back up that got the car off balance and just made him turn left.
Wow. But big hit for Mike Petrin, and his competitive night is done. Max
How about the front of the field right now? Max Service is making a run to the front by himself.
Just about to say that. Max Service has jumped up high, but he has no help. You know what? I think he's just trying to disrupt what he can out of Last Chance Racing.
Either that or maybe he's trying to start some aggression to maybe get some people to jump up top and maybe force a caution. That would help his hand.
He's holding strong up here. Look at him go to the top side. Clean out the side draft, come back down, side draft. He got in line, got ahead of Stutzman. How'd he manage to do that?
I don't know. We're probably about to hear about that one later, probably, more than likely.
Oh, man.
Seen a lot of single file out here a little bit, Emerson. Oh, this is going to be interesting here. We're getting down to the nitty-gritty now. Who's going to be able to make it to the end? Do we have to see maybe one more cycle of green flag pit stops? Who knows?
Who knows? That is correct. Who does know? I'm not sure.
The drivers probably.
Jacob Reeves, Doug Solms, and Matt, if he sets it, they've caught up here.
Yeah, I think that whole mess with the 41 might have helped.
Well, then, how did they catch up to the leaders?
I'm pretty sure they used Petrin to get up there, and I think Petrin had his moment when he caught up.
Sure. So, everybody on the lead lap is in this lead pack. Actually, everybody on track is in this lead pack. There's not one person on the track that is not in this pack. How about that? That's not something you always see here at Daytona, but the entire field on the same point on the racetrack. Everybody knows where each other is.
Yeah, I feel like Max might be heavy saving because he's leaving a decent gap to these last chance guys. Now he's actually, as I say that, he's building a run. He's going to jump to the outside. Here he goes again. He's going to try to get the 93 now. Where did all this aggression from Max come from? I've never seen him this aggressive at super speedways like this.
Look at him go. He's trying to get
He's
to the
just
lead.
outside of the lead. This is new.
Max Service trying to get to the point. Side drafting. I don't know about
Is he
this.
gonna get it?
He's gonna try.
Looks like Jennings
at the lead.
about a half a car length.
You know, I think Max knows he needs a lap lead. Max has got to get a lap lead, I think is what he's telling himself.
Oh, here he comes. He's going to start fading back now. Stutzman's close the gap to where if Max can't get in, Max is going to have to start doing a lot of side drafting now.
Well, he's trying. Trying to get someone to get up there with him. I don't think anyone wants to partake.
I think everyone right now is on that kind of mode to where they want to just fuel save right now.
Max Service, well, you know what? That's exactly right. I think everybody's saving fuel. Max knows he can't make it. He's going 100%.
And I like this, honestly. Start the aggression. Force somebody out of hand. Possibly to do something kind of crazy. You never know. You might cause a wreck doing it and help yourself in your favor. You never know. But I like this aggression from Max.
Get somebody to, get a little...
Here he goes again. He's got to run.
He's to the point. Is he clear? He's cleared. Oh, you know what? Jennings might want him in front of him to save fuel.
Jennings, you sneaky dog, you.
He got Max Service. Once Service got out, they're like, hey, I got a car that can help me save fuel here. He put him in the lead. So Max Service to the lead. He's pulling away.
Oh, boy.
You don't want to know how much the field is saving fuel? Look at that. Look at that.
He's still pulling. They ain't gaining on him either. Look at him. He's even breaking the track.
Look at that. The Max Service is going to get a lap lead. This is fun.
Adam Gardner jumps on top. This might help him either, too. He might have the draft.
Max is starting to get this field bunched up here.
Oh, he's forcing him into something. Adam Gardner's going to run. He's getting around the 93.
Gardner.
Here comes John Mickey now. Or not John Mickey. Adam, Rogers. Matt Rogers.
Adam Gardner has never won an Outlaws Sim Series race. And here he is on the high side duking it out. Getting Max Service's draft now into 3 and 4.
Oh, this is huge. Max is causing chaos right now.
Adam Gardner, he's going to get cleared of Jennings to the outside. And to the lead. Adam Gardner's going to go.
Adam Gardner about to turn, Max. He got close to that quarter panel here.
Adam Gardner leads a lap.
Matt Rogers is also clear. They're going to jump down.
What is happening?
Max Service caused absolute chaos. And they're still pulling away. Look at Matt Rogers and Adam Gardner.
They're pulling. Yeah, they are. I wonder if these are people who say, you know what, there is no way in hell we're going to make it. We're going to go for it.
If you look at a wide view of just how these cars are looking right now at Emerson, there's not a single car that's taped up to somebody's back end right now. Everyone has at least some sort of a gap.
Everybody is leaving a gap. Max Service now can't close up to Matt Rogers.
Or is Max saving? Oh, he's still playing games.
No,
Look at him. He's jumping up top now.
There's no reason for Max to save you. He can't make it.
He's still playing games. Look at him. He's jumping up top, breaking the draft again. He's trying to force somebody else to do what Adam Gardner and Matt Rogers did.
Adam Gardner, how about it? A driver who could use a pick-me-up. That is not an understatement. Adam Gardner, he is now leading laps here at Daytona. He did well.
Jennings gave Max Service a huge shot. I don't know what happened, but Jennings just got a run and just gave Max a shot down the back straightaway. I'm sorry to break you off, Ed, but I thought he was about to turn Max.
I was just saying Adam Gardner could use a great run. And how about something to propel him in? Well, he's into the playoffs right now in 10th in standings. But how about something to give him a little extra boost? What if he could get it done? Coming around this time will be 21 laps to go, and Adam Gardner leads at Daytona. I think for the moment, things have calmed down. So with that being said, we're going to take one last side-by-side this evening, and we'll be then back to bring you all the action to the checker. Don't you go anywhere. Pit Stop TV side by side.
Have you found yourself trying to hide your joy because you're unhappy with your teeth? Your smile is the first feature noticed in an interview, on a date, or in family photos. We want you to be able to shine bright as your best self, and our teeth whitening system is the perfect step toward restoring your confidence.
Welcome, race fans, back to the virtual Daytona International Speedway. We're now under 20 laps to go. 19 laps to go. That time by the start-finish line, and it is Adam Gardner in the race lead over Matt Rogers, Max Service, Jonathan Jennings, and Scott Bailey, the top 5. Powell, Stutzman, McMurtry, Molnix, the top, and Schumacher, the top 10. Berger and Reeves round out the lead lap, and Doug Solms is is 13th and running. Matt Setzer is 14th and still running 13 laps down. Solms is the current lucky dog, and Service is coming down pit road.
All with Matthew Setzer.
Oh, we knew that Service couldn't make it. More than likely, Setzer just going to give him a drafting partner, since Setzer is 13 laps down and just trying to help the team at this point. You know what this could do, though? They can get back into lead pack and get a little rowdy.
Oh, I think Max missed his box by a little bit. I'm not sure, though. I couldn't notice. It looked like he did. I'm not entirely sure. I think he's okay. But I'm watching this front pack, Emerson, and Jonathan Jennings had a really big gap from Adam Gardner to Matt Rogers, and that gap is closing now, but I'm not sure if they're going to maybe make a move or they're going to still save fuel.
I don't really know what the deal is now, but it is Last Chance Racing linked up once again. And Schumacher and Berger looking to make something. Bailey jumps out of line. Powell, they get around Jennings.
Oh,
they've left Jennings.
And this is interesting because Bailey was one that stayed out. Everybody else of his teammates at Last Chance were the ones to pit.
Bailey is one of 3 people who didn't pit on that 1 to green lap. All 3 of them are in that outside lane.
Oh, boy.
Powell jumps down. And now here comes Schumacher and Berger.
And Bailey's got no help.
Berger falls in line.
Oh, that was tight. He squeezed it into Adam Gardner.
I think Seth's going to try to back up here, try to get Schumacher in line. That's exactly what he's doing. He's trying to get Schumacher in line. And Schumacher's getting in line.
Oh, boy, this might be interesting.
Hey, you know what? And Max Service, Matthew Setzer, they're right up the road. They're in 1 and 2. This could be some ultra mind games coming.
I think they were hoping more for a wreck. I think they're waiting to hear caution.
Or if Max is still in the lead lap. Oh, Gardner sideways. This car is not happy. Now, I do want to mention, Adam Gardner has been very proud of this, but this weekend in the NASCAR Xfinity Series, the 47 car out of Mike Harmon Racing. I'll have to double check who the driver is. But the 47 car to Mike Harmon Racing is going to be sporting an Outlaws Sim Series logo on their C-post during the NASCAR Xfinity Series race this weekend in New Hampshire. How cool is that? This is not the first time we've done it. This is second consecutive year that Adam Gardner's been able to get the Outlaws Sim Series logo out there. That one that's on his door right now. Sent it over to Mike Harmon Racing. They ran it on the car last year, I believe, at Martinsville. And this year, running it at New Hampshire. New Hampshire, again, is Adam Gardner's home track. And always great to see the Outlaws Sim Series getting out there and getting us on a NASCAR stock car. How about that?
It's amazing. It's just crazy to see something like that. And I'm pretty sure, if I remember right, the 47, I believe, is being driven by, oh, yep, I'm looking now. It's going to be driven by Bobby McCarty. So that'll be definitely something to watch out for at New Hampshire on Saturday. So that'll be definitely something to be interested in. But it's awesome to see Adam Gardner getting the league out there to some NASCAR drivers. It's also for Mike Harmon to be able to represent the Outlaws Sim Series. Such a great series Adam Gardner puts on and shows cases for all of us. And definitely does a great job running it. And just a shout out to Mike Harmon and Adam Gardner for being able to put that deal down. And
absolutely,
hopefully some good luck to all of those guys in Mike Harmon Racing, and hopefully good luck on them on Saturday. So we'll have to see how they do.
Yes, sir. Back up front, Powell has now shoved Bailey way out there, giving a gap back to Schumacher. Now I don't know if Schumacher and Berger are trying to get a run, or if they're trying to save fuel, or Powell is just trying to disrupt this race. I don't know. Powell and Bailey can make it on fuel. The fuel question has continuously been asked. And you know what? This is probably one of the hardest ways to save fuel. Or the hardest race to save fuel in. Because yes, it is obviously you're going to use less fuel in the pack than you are as the race leader. But you have to maintain a certain speed to stay in the pack. That is really hard to do. Fuel saving here at Daytona, Talladega, and I'm going to say now at the new Atlanta, is super hard to stay competitive and save fuel. If you're going to end up saving fuel at Daytona and you're not, if you're at the back of the pack, that is the hardest thing. Last car in line to save fuel is almost impossible.
Oh, it is, Emerson. Trust me. That's the one thing that makes it nerve-wracking is, like, when you lose that draft, you lose about all of your competitiveness and possibly competing for a win, but you just have to, at the same time, think, what do I want to do more? Do I want to be able to make sure I can make it to the end and save fuel, or do I want to compete for the win? As we see Adam Gardner win again with another moment off of turns 2. It looked like them in turn 2 are just not getting along tonight, but it's just hard to compete for both things, you know? It's tough. This is why super speedway racing is so tricky. It doesn't look like it's tricky to some people, but it is. It really is. You gotta put a lot of strategy into it.
All we talked about tonight is mind games.
Exactly.
And that's what this is. The racing itself, sure, anybody could get in a stock car and hold it wide open and turn left. That's the perception. Everything else that you add on to that, strategy and bump drafting and knowing what to do if you get into a certain situation, that's the skill part of it. Knowing where to put yourself on a certain lap, knowing what position's best for you, knowing how to stay in the pack if you're at the end of a field. That is the part that doesn't get talked about as much.
Oh, exactly. Look at what Max Service did earlier. He was, he wasn't gonna make it on fuel. He had to pit as he recently has, and he was making moves, He helped Adam Gardner and Matt Rogers make it to the front. They were leading laps. It changed that whole pack. It basically changed the aggression of how some people have to race. That's what Max Service did by himself, not with anybody else. By himself. That's just playing mind games with the field. Like, you know you're not going to make it. You know you're going to have to pit. Why not do anything that's risky? As I say that, no, Emerson, we're coming to 10 to go at the line, at less than 10 to go.
Yeah. Oh, one car way off the track. That's Adam Gardner.
Adam Gardner. Oh, he's coming back up.
He will find a place on the racetrack. But Adam Gardner has got to figure out what is up with that race car. Let's see if we can figure it out real quick. Let's see if there's a chance we can get a replay of that. Oh my goodness, that was a big snap. Get to see it here, the 56 of Adam Gardner riding right behind Seth Berger. And Gardner's been dealing with this the past few laps. That we've seen him get loose almost every lap out of 2.
Yeah, absolutely.
Chase the car off the track and big time.
It just looks like that car is just not happy on exit. It's interesting. It's only in turn 2. It looks like he comes off at turn 4 just fine, though.
You're right. I would agree with that. He has found his way in the pack.
Let's go! Get turned around!
Oh, Max Service is around!
Big wreck. Stutzman's around in the grass.
Powell's
Somebody just
around
got turned.
Gardner
Powell's
and
around
Lennox and
Gardner.
Reeves.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness indeed. What just happened? Oh, I guess we're gonna have to go find out, but
Wow, that just changed a lot.
well, let's see what happened. And this is at the front of the field. Next service, Matthew Setzer to hold the low side. Bailey goes up high. Oh, he gets loose! He just gets loose!
Oh no.
And then Jennings, something happens with Oh, Jennings made it. It was Powell that had a moment. Powell, I guess, spun, came back into traffic. Okay. Let's take another view of this. Should even get a wider shot. Gonna be hard. Okay. So, these guys are trying to pull away from the field. They went to the high side. The lap cars, they held their line. But off the corner, the cars up there, they just get loose. Powell hits the outside wall, back down the track, nowhere for Matt Rogers to go. Setzer comes back up the track, then Gardner runs over Stutzman. Powell gets collected by Gardner. Then here comes Reeves plowing in. Oh my goodness.
Oh my boy.
And I was starting to think, Ed, we weren't actually going to end up getting a big one tonight.
And we just did.
Well, for the amount of cars in this pack, that is definitely a big one. We'll go one more time. Now, Peach, this is tough because Petrin isn't in the same, Discord as Service and Setzer. I don't think the lap cars did anything wrong because you saw it was just the 11 that got loose.
Yeah, just Rogers had nowhere to go there. Gardner was Stutzman was blowing up. Gardner had no idea. Nowhere for Reeves to go. Solms made it through there, great.
Gonna take a couple onboards here.
Oh boy.
Everybody, I believe, is gonna come down to pit lane for fuel.
Well, I hate to tell you this, Emerson.
Oh.
Not everybody.
Let's see what happened right here. We're gonna take a couple onboards. This is on board the 11.
Yeah, it almost looks identical to what happened with James Gilliard. Remember? Because he had that same thing off of turn 2. When he jumped over that seam, the car just snapped left. And it killed him and his teammate.
I will take it on board with the 93. Look off the rear. So here he goes to the high side. He's got Bailey in front of him. Bailey will get loose. He also gets loose into the wall. Lower then for the 96 to go. He's into the grass. Stutzman runs him over. He collects Gardner. Gets hit again there from Reeves. Well, Ed. Well, the lights are still on the pace car. Adrian Schumacher's been a fun one to watch tonight. I'm gonna bring him on up, see what we can get out of driver of the number 82. Adrian Schumacher, our Season 1 Daytona race winner. You find yourself in the lead. 5 laps to go here at Daytona. You got a teammate to your inside. How did you find yourself in this position?
Well, we did have a foolproof plan, but now that's busted. So that's why I'm in first.
Well, so we look at it here. Everybody was very close on fuel on the most recent caution. A lot of cars came out for fuel on that caution. What is your fuel situation?
It's hit or miss.
Oh, that's awesome to hear. Hit or miss. All right. So you have your teammate Seth Berger to your inside. Well, that's about it. What's the game plan here to try to keep you two up front?
Well, right now we're sitting ducks, but guys, hopefully we tandem good together, and it's I can't say anything confidently right now.
Fair enough. Well, that incident really changed the whole outlook on the race, but we still have a lot of racing to go. Best luck to you, driver, restarting this race from the race lead. And again, you have a Daytona win to your resume, looking to see if you can maybe add to that. So, best luck to you, driver. Hopefully we're talking to you in a few laps.
Yep. Thanks, guys.
Driver of the number 82, Adrian Schumacher. You have Seth Berger to his inside. Jennings is up here. He's got Matt Rogers. And we are not lined up. What is happening back here? Oh, goodness. And I guess we're going to let it go. We're going to let this restart run.
We're going.
So here we go at not an overtime, a late race restart. The iRacing.com safety vehicle in the pit lane. We're racing once again from Daytona. Out in front, it's still Schumacher and Berger on the inside. Jennings and McMurtry on the outside trying to make something happen.
Derek McMurtry, where did he come from? We haven't talked about him much today, but now he's right in the position where he needs to be. 3 laps to go at the line. Adrian Schumacher leading with Seth Berger, Matt Rogers. Jennings on the top side getting help from McMurtry, but here comes that 22 and that bright pink and blue machine getting help from, I believe, the 44, Daniel Molnix. All drivers right here that need wins. Jonathan Jennings recently has a couple of wins. Seth Berger has a win. Adrian Schumacher's won here in the past. Derek McMurtry, Matt Rogers, Jacob Breeze, Daniel Molnix, all looking for wins on the season. As we're coming to 2 to go at the line.
And Jennings is going to get hooked into Seth Berger, and they're going to go around. Jennings into Reeves. Stutzman goes around. He saves it. McMurtry is in it as well. Matt Rogers saves it. And the caution's going to come out. We're going to get overtime, Ed.
Oh, my goodness.
And now, I think you have to pit for fuel if you're close. Oh, no. What is going to happen here? Well, first, let's see what happened on this incident. We kind of saw it all happen live, but they get a little off-center.
McMurch.
That was
it looked like
weird
it was
bump.
clean.
Yeah.
I think it looked clean for a second, but I think it was just the angle. I think it was just too awkward. But oh my goodness, look at Stutzman just coming in there and saves it.
And then.
Oh my goodness.
Somebody was on the bottom. I guess that was McMurtry.
I think it might have been McMurtry, and I know Rogers definitely was around there too.
Oh no, it was Matt Rogers. That was the one that went around. Right on board with Derek McMurtry. Oop.
And he goes here, comes down, back down, makes a good hit right there. I think that's just where it is, just the awkward angle where it's just you gotta line him up just a tad bit, and it's just an awkward hit, and it looks like the 84 is killed. You can see the diffuser is just grinding against the track, causing sparks out the back of it. Oh boy. Emerson, you see what I'm seeing?
Well, what?
Adrian Schumacher, Seth Berger, Matt Rogers stayed out. Daniel Molyneux.
Well, Molyneux pitted on the most recent yellow with Stutzman and Solms.
Well,
look who's back on the lead lap.
Oh gosh. And he's gonna be good too. He pitted for fuel earlier.
You're right.
And I think he has the freshest tires. Actually, no, I don't believe so. I think Molyneux and Stutzman
I wanted
might.
to bring him up, but he is not in the Discord. That makes sense. I, do think he is.
He's on vacation.
He's on vacation with some family or friends right now, so it's not. He's not in his traditional spot. He is racing the Nova Scotian, who usually races, in Nova Scotia. He's racing from Prince Edward Island this week. Max Services.
Oh, that's nice of him to sponsor me. Thank you. I didn't know I had an island.
You don't know one of the 13 provinces in Canada?
No, I didn't study Canada, man.
You border Canada.
Hey, man, listen.
I don't study Canada.
I went to the worst school in my district, okay, man? Don't yell at me, I'm just saying.
Prince Edward Island literally isn't even that far from you.
Really?
I don't, from your state.
I'll have to look that up later.
Alright, enough about Canada. What this is done, and McMurtry's still in the pit lane, so I wonder if McMurtry's trying to stay on the lead lap here. This one's going to be intriguing. I'd imagine if he's got optional, he's going to stay on the lead lap. There's no way he'd give up potential to gain spots. But if he has required, I think he has required. So, there'll be 10 cars on the lead lap. Adrian Schumacher and Seth Berger, can they make it on fuel? I don't know. Matt Rogers, can he make it on fuel? I don't know.
Can Daniel Molyneux make it on fuel?
Well, you know what? That's going to be the next question. It said, how much fuel did everybody who did pit last caution take? Did they have enough for overtimes?
Oh, boy.
And a lot of the Last Chance Racing heavy hitters are damaged. What we have left of Last Chance Racing, we have Matt Rogers and Daniel Molyneux, Jeremiah Stutzman, if you count him, and Jacob Reeves, and Adam Gardner. I guess Gardner's damaged as well. So on the lead lap for Last Chance Racing, it's Rogers, Molyneux, Stutzman if you count him, and Reeves. Jennings and Gardner, they're on the lead lap as well, but they're going to be at the back.
And then you got Doug Solms.
Twisted Axle. Yeah, Twisted Axle. Twisted Axle used to do so well on these plate tracks. And Twisted Axle's lost a lot of their drivers over the season. I'd love for Doug Solms to show that he can do it without all that help. But the iRacing.com says if going to pit lane. Green flag is out once again from Daytona. 2 laps to settle it. Well, this is going to decide it here. They're formed up on that outside lane. Berger's got to get up to Schumacher here. It's very tight, but Matt Rogers is going to the point.
Yeah, how about Daniel Molyneux shoving him? That's the one guy that doesn't have a win yet this season. Rogers close to the bottom. Here comes Stutzman and Jacob Reeves up top. Doug Solms on the bottom, coming to the white flag.
1 lap to go, presented by Sim Rap Market, and it's Daniel Molyneux to the lead.
Getting shoved by Jeremiah Stutzman going down to turn 1. Here comes Jacob Reeves. He's going to clear the bottom as well. Daniel Molyneux and Jeremiah Stutzman go to the bottom along with Jacob Reeves. Does Jacob Reeves and Jeremiah Stutzman have anything for him? Daniel Molyneux has a good gap. Going down to turn 2, but watch that top. Here comes Adam Gardner. Matt Rogers goes to the top. Little run, gets to the 21, gets to the 22.
Rogers
Now
gets
going
inside
up
the
top.
Stutzman. Now he's going to push
Rogers to
Monix.
Oh,
Rogers, he wants
gosh.
to go low. Gardner up high. Gardner to the outside, trying to get to the race lead. Side by
Here comes
side out of
Gardner.
turn 4. Gardner's got to run. Still out of turn 4. No push. Gardner to the lead. Side by side to the lead. Gardner's going to get hooked. Back into the pack. Who's going to get it? To the line. Jeremiah Stutzman again.
Oh my gosh.
Goodness.
Have you ever?
Oh man, only in the Outlaws Sim Series have I ever.
Oh my gosh.
Adam Gardner was so close. But out of turn 4, he was hooked into the field, and here's the replay.
Yeah, watch Matt Rogers here. Matt Rogers tries to give a push to Daniel Molnix. I think he gets a little loose, jumps up the track, and just clips the left side of Adam Gardner, forcing him into Molnix. And then chaos ensued there.
Came up.
Right there, and then Rogers went to recover, turned back right, got into Jennings. Stutzman was just in the right place at the right time.
Yeah. Rogers and Jennings. Berger tried to plow through it.
We're down in front of Max.
And you know what? Max there's that lap led. I think he's going to hold on to the point lead, maybe.
Yeah, Seth did finish ahead of Max by one
spot,
position.
But remember, he had a 1-point advantage at the end of stage 2. The Max got the lap led. Did Berger get lap led?
Oh boy, did he get it by 1 point?
Is he?
I think Max might have it by 1 point. I don't think Seth led the lap.
Wow. Meanwhile, rightfully so, Jeremiah Stutzman celebrating on the front straightaway. Another Jeremiah Stutzman victory. What? 2 at super speedways. And the fuel
And
mileage.
this one wasn't on fuel mileage.
This one wasn't on fuel mileage.
Oh man.
Jeremiah Stutzman is slowly becoming a driver that we have to watch in this title hunt, though.
Yeah, and I did say we have to watch somebody to get stronger and stronger, and he was fifth in the standings. Maybe we have to watch it that top 5 after all. Oh man, what a finish! Without a breath.
Man, what a finish indeed.
These last couple of races, man, have just been absolutely insane from these drivers. Between fuel strategies, photo finishes.
He blew the engine.
Oh, he just blew it up.
He did blow it up. We'll go ahead and we'll bring him on up. Driver of the number 71, Jeremiah Stutzman. You've done it again!
Yeah, somehow.
Right place, right time. Jeremiah, you know that these super speedways come down to just being at the right place at the right time and having being in the right position, having the right luck and knowing what to do. And just walk us through that overtime restart from your point of view.
Well, after just now getting to rewatch it, looked like I basically Ross Chastained it. Just stayed on the bottom and stayed in my own line, and everybody else cleared themselves.
Oh my goodness. Well, I can't say, that everyone's gonna look at the 3 wins the same, but nonetheless, you now tie for the most wins on the season, Jeremiah. And you're up there in points. You're trying to string together these races. Super speedways are a part of the playoffs. You are now becoming a clear championship favorite in this series with these 3 wins. But how do you feel as you set yourself up for the playoffs with a 3rd win now to your name?
I feel like I definitely could be a contender for that Final 4. It's going to be tough, but just got to keep the momentum going.
And now I think you're starting to really understand and enjoy these cars. What do you like about these cars, or what can you take from these cars that it just works so well for you?
That just the way they drive, some reason fits my driving style better than what we ran the past 2 seasons. and I get to have fun every week instead of struggling all the time.
Fair enough. It seemed like a blast out there. Jeremiah, you were in the right place at the right time. They all wrecked around you, and you were the first one back to the start finish. Congratulations on your 3rd win on the season. Go enjoy it, go celebrate, and yeah, best luck to you in the coming weeks, man. Hopefully we're talking to you some more.
All right, thank you. Good job, and thank y'all for broadcasting as always.
Yes, sir. And that was driver of the number 71, Jeremiah Stutzman. And wow. What a race. What a finish, Ed. But we're finally going to go ahead and take a look at how everybody did come down to the line, Ed. And there it is. It was Jeremiah Stutzman beating out Season 1 Daytona winner Adrian Schumacher. Daniel Molnix comes home in 3rd. Adam Gardner in 4th. Jacob Reeves, in 5th. Seth Berger edges out teammate Max Service for 6th. Jonathan Jennings comes from 8th. Doug Solms 9th. And Matt Rogers in 10th.
And 11th place, 4 laps down. Derek McMurtry had a great running until that last lap, a couple last lap wrecks happened before we got to the green light checker. The dominant car that looked like had they all done today. The 11 of Scott Bailey finishes 6 laps down in 12th. Definitely had a winning pace car, just couldn't get it quite done there tonight. In 13th, the 93, Kevin Powell also had a great run. 14th, the 5 of Matthew Setzer had trouble early on. Kind of recovering for a decent finish, but still 14 laps down. Still not too bad day for that 5 car. 15th, the 41 of Mike Petrin, 18 laps down. 16th, the 69 of John Mickey, 45 laps down. 17th, Brad Bothwell, 47 laps down, who got involved with an incident with his teammate, who was in 18th, James Gillier, 48 laps down. 19th, Devin Smith, 70 laps down, also involved in an early incident.
Well, that is gonna, well, I say do it, but we're gonna step aside real quick. We do have more post-race coverage coming up here from Daytona. We're gonna talk to some more of those finishers that just barely made it through the last lap carnage. Don't you go anywhere. More post-race coverage of the Outlaws Sim Series round 20 from Daytona coming up on the far side of this break.
Have you found yourself trying to hide your joy because you're unhappy with your teeth? Your smile is the first feature noticed in an interview, on a date, or in family photos. We want you to be able to shine bright as your best self, and our teeth whitening system is the perfect step toward restoring your confidence.
Welcome back, race fans, to the virtual Daytona International Speedway. We're now in the post-race coverage here of the Outlaws Sim Series round 20 from Daytona. And we just had the opportunity to talk to 3-time race winner on the season, Jeremiah Stutzman. but he had to narrowly, and I mean narrowly, beat out the 82 of Adrian Schumacher to do it, and he is standing by with Ed Shearer.
Well, Adrian, you were just a little bit close, man. You were so close. You were able to slip through that wreck and come home with a second place finish. Talk about how you made it through that whole chaos in the end there.
Ass in the grass. But man, me and Seth, we even after our first plan was botched, we were gonna have that.
Well, still nonetheless for you tonight, man. You still had a great race overall. You know, you got some stage points, I believe, a couple of times there. Great finish overall, and from looking at it, you're only 3 points behind Gillier for 6 in the points, and I think he got a little bit of stage points, but I think because he didn't finish well, you should be able to overpass him. So I know you're definitely going to be one of the favorites to look at for next week, too, at Laguna Seca, but just talk about how tonight just went for you overall. I mean, it just looked like the cars were on rails tonight, and you guys definitely had a battle against Last Chance, and it was just rough for you guys, it looked like, overall.
Yeah, just the beginning of that run, all the cars were getting loose, and even in a single file line, people were about to wreck. Of course, I like a hail happy car. I was in my zone, but yeah, just riding around and letting the race come to us, and yeah, we had a couple opportunities.
Hey, you guys definitely had a good chance to win there tonight. You definitely got to show that you guys had pace. But next week we go to somewhere that you like particularly. You know, you're a big road course guy. And next week we go to Laguna Seca, where we've never seen these next-gen cars run. How do you feel about your chances to possibly get a win at Laguna Seca?
Yeah, the goal there is to win. Luna Seca is my favorite track on the service. Ran countless laps on it. I got a setup I've been working on for months. I think I got it dialed in for any kind of conditions, and we'll see what happens.
Well, I guess I'm going to head to Vegas now and put my bets on you right now since you feel that confident on it. But, Adrian, congratulations on your second place finish, man. We'll see you next week at Laguna Seca, my friend.
Yeah, just quick before I leave, yeah, this paint scheme was dedicated to my grandpa. Yeah, Grandpa Chuck, he used to work at CAG. He was part of some big project over in Asia, and yeah, that good to get a podium for them.
Right on. Well, that's an awesome tribute paint scheme you ran there then, Adrian, the Caterpillar colors. And congratulations on your second place finish, Adrian. Best luck to you next week at Laguna Seca, of course. We'll be looking to see how you do.
Yep. See you guys. Thanks.
Driver of the number 82, second place finisher on the evening, Adrian Schumacher. Brings him again second. And again, with the grandparents on the hood as well, that is just great that he was able to bring it home with a great run. Another great run tonight was for this beautiful Pit Viper car with all the snake scales on it. Daniel Molnick's third place finish for you tonight. Chaotic ending. Walk us through that final restart.
So I learned my lesson at iRacing Super Speedway. That whole last lap, I played all the right moves, blocked the right lines, and just I went back and looked, and Matt, I don't know where he was trying to go with his run, but he just happened to hook Adam, and I was collected. I mean, it's aggravating, but at least I know I'm doing the right things to be there at the end. That's all I can really ask for.
Fair enough, but with all that being said and all the carnage, you still end up with a podium finish, and
Yeah,
being at a
take
track
it.
that is very difficult to predict and very difficult to put yourself in. I'd imagine a third place finish would be at least something you can hold your head up high on heading into Laguna Seca next week.
Yeah, I don't have that track. I'll actually have to get it. So
It's a free track.
no. Oh well, not looking forward to it. But yeah, I'm not great on road courses at all. especially that one. I've driven it on different games, but not this one, and it's, especially not in stock cars. So I have to try and get my hands around it sometime this week.
There you go. It'll be quite the challenge. Now you are trying to set yourself up nicely for the playoffs. You got six races remaining for the playoffs. What tracks are you looking at? What are you looking at coming up that you think you're gonna be able to seal a deal one of these weeks, or you think you're gonna just keep putting runs together for yourself? What one of these tracks do you look appetizing to you?
At the end of the day, I just want to put good runs together. I mean, like I say, I don't necessarily need to win to get in. I can point my way in. But as far as, races left, Laguna Seca, not that one. I will not be here for Pocono. If I am, it's just going to be a start and park. I'm going to be out of town. So Phoenix, I'm looking forward to. Definitely Charlotte. Bristol, hit and miss, I think that might be a little bit of another carnage race, but we'll see. Nashville Super Speedway is not terrible for me. I actually got a official win there a few weeks ago, so I like that one. But yeah, that's what we got leading up to the playoffs.
Right.
So,
all right.
like I say, hopefully, if I can get a win anywhere, it'd be Charlotte. That's home track. So, but I think everywhere else, obviously I'm gonna go, try to win it. But if anything, just cut my losses and put a good run together.
There you go, Daniel Molnix. You are leaving tonight with a good podium finish to set yourself up for that run of races. Of course, next week not being your favorite and missing the week potentially at Pocono. So something to kind of counter those. So well, go ahead and congratulations on your podium. Best luck to you in the coming weeks, man. Hopefully we'll talk to you a little bit more.
Thank you, man. I'll see y'all.
Sir, that was driver of the number 44, Daniel Molnix. And I hope he's here. Ed, I'm going to give you a 4th place finisher, Adam Garner, because this is quite the story.
Oh, man. Adam, do you have a copy, my friend?
Oh, that one hurt.
Oh, man, I can tell you. I can tell you now that, man.
What's the saying? You can never know. You can't truly appreciate the thrill of victory without knowing the agony of defeat. And it's getting close, man. When I get that one, it's not a matter of if. It's a matter of when I get that one. It's gonna be a party. But oh, that one hurt. Not gonna lie, that one stings. But
oh man, I can tell you, me and Emerson are truly heartbroken for you, man. We were rooting for you. We were yelling and screaming. We were like, "Adam's going close." And, oh man, it just did not pan out the way it should have. It's unfortunate, but heck, you still gotta be happy. You got such a good run. You led laps. You got a top 5. It's good. It's a good overall night for you.
Yeah. Overall, I can't complain. It was a good night, and no, definitely, I was surprised the car was still as fast as it was after the big wreck there late. Not the one that set up the green-white checkered, but the one before that. Sorry, I felt bad when I got into the back of the 71 there in the checkup. I just couldn't get checked up in time. Ran into the back of him, and it tore the nose up some, but it tore it up right because it still had speed, and God. Emerson knows me. He's known me for a while, so I'm sure he knows how I'm sitting here right now, just still shaking my head. But yeah, coming down the backstretch, got that good run, had that good push from behind by Jennings, and I saw them kind of occupied with themselves up there, so I decided, all right, there's just enough room to squeeze my car up on the high side going into 3, and I went for it. I made it stick, and yeah, we know how it ended.
Well, I know you're probably not gonna have that kind of answer I think you're gonna have, but man, how do you feel about your chances next week at Laguna Seca? It's one of those road courses that we never seen in the next gen cars on, but how do you feel about your chances overall there?
They're absolutely horrible.
I feel that was the answer you were gonna give.
But at the same time, looking forward a couple of weeks when we go to Charlotte. A couple weeks ago when we were at Michigan, caught some damage that ended up unfortunately getting us a couple of laps down, but at the same time, the car felt really, really good. So if I can get that feel again at Charlotte, I think I'll be a threat. I think I probably would have been a threat back a couple of weeks ago, but you know, you got to look at the positives. I mean, yeah, at the end of the day, it sucks I didn't pick up the checkers, but you know, solid top 5, ran up front, led laps, kept the car clean for the most part. And you know, at the end of the day, it was just a racing deal. We were coming to the line, and everyone was shooting for what they could, so I ain't mad at anybody or nothing like that. We're pretty safe on getting into the playoffs right now, and just gotta look forward and focus on what's up ahead.
Oh man, you can definitely say you had a great run, and like I've been told a lot of times, you have to look at the negatives before you can reach the positives. But you're definitely gonna hit those positives soon, man. I have that faith in you. I know you're definitely gonna pull one out.
That's right. That taste of
congratulations on your top
victory is
5.
gonna be great when it comes.
Oh, trust me, man, it will. Trust me. I cannot wait to hear it too. But congratulations on your top 5, my friend, and hopefully we'll be talking to you soon.
Appreciate it, and just want to remind everybody too, if you're watching any of the Xfinity racing action this weekend up at Loudon, make sure to keep an eye out for the 47 car and look at the C-post there. You'll see us riding on board with them.
Yeah, right on. We did mention about that real quick. If you want to talk about that and you know how that came about and you know piecing that together, what was that like?
Actually, it started out with a connection a few years ago now with just reaching out to one of the guys that worked at Harman Racing for some advice on how to fix a problem with one of my car's engines, because it was carbureted and the Xfinity cars run carbureted engines. So I figured, well, why not shoot him a message on Facebook? And what started out as just a couple of quick suggestions and some advice on how to fix my car turned into a pretty good friendship. And you know, they're a really good, hard-working group of guys, a really nice group of guys, and it's nice to be able to do something to help support them. You know, really hard workers, and I really like seeing the quote-unquote underdogs have good days. You know, for them, top 20 is like a win, so I like to see it, and really, I'd rather have an association and relationship with the people on a team like that, I think, than one of the big teams, just because, you know, they're good people, they work hard, and you get a chance to see the effort in person.
Absolutely. Well, again, that's awesome. Again, Adam said it, but you'll be looking for the 47 car to Mike Harmon Racing entry this weekend at Loudon. C-post will have an Outlaws Sim Series logo, just like the one you see on your screen on Adam's door right there. That'll be on the C-post. And Adam, again, a heartbreaking run there. Congratulations on the 4th place finish, laps led. I know it stings, but like you said, it's coming.
That's right, and it's hard. Yeah, it's heartbreaking, but at the same time, we got a lot of positives to take from the night. So, you know, it's definitely an uptick on where we were at the start of the season. I think I finished last time we were here at Daytona, so I'll take it.
Right on. Well, 4th place finisher Adam Gardner in leader out of 4.
All right. Appreciate you guys had the broadcast going and was definitely entertained by it.
Right on. We appreciate it.
Oh yeah.
Driver to number 56, Adam Gardner. Man, Adam's such a great guy. He worked so hard to make this league what it is, and it's been something to watch him get better on iRacing. Because when he came to iRacing, we all pretty much most of this league, most of the drivers who ran season 1 of this league were drivers who all came to iRacing at the same time, and it's been something to watch Adam get better and better. And he's ran open setup leagues on the side, and he decided Outlaws was going to be running open setups, and he's gotten better at those. And just continuously see him climb up the running order throughout the past 3 seasons, or past 2.5 seasons. And I do feel like it at this point for Adam, it's a matter of when, not if. He's trying to put together some great runs.
Oh yeah, absolutely. If I'm him, I'm circling those next 2 super speedway races. You know, we still got Talladega and Atlanta coming up too, but the new Atlanta, everybody forgets, it's kind of like a super speedway now, basically. So it's definitely another chance for somebody like Adam or somebody to get their first win, or possibly, you know, be a big. It's a playoff race too, so it might even be a little bit bigger than that. So you never know. Adam might need one of those wins to maybe knock himself in the round or help himself out with points, but he definitely has one coming. I could feel it the way his attitude is and how he's talking. He has that confidence to pull one out, even though he has those kind of runs here and there that he isn't pleased about. But tonight, definitely, I think it's definitely a look back on to like gain some confidence for going forward and help him out in the future.
We're looking back on it now. This is the final restart, a replay of that final restart, and what could have been, Ed. The run that Swift Racing put on to try to make that fuel first of all, then try to win that race, and then the emotion went through this final restart because we saw Matt Rogers, who's never won an Outlaws Sim Series race, he got to the lead, then he almost lost control. Well, then it's Daniel Molnick's on the top side. Well, you've been looking for him to try to win a race. He's never won an Outlaws Sim Series race, and he's getting a big push now on the outside lane. I mean, the absolute heart of a range of emotions we went through, and different drivers we were looking at to try to get it done was nuts.
Yeah, and then look at Adam back there. He just came into the picture now behind the 22. He wasn't even up there the whole time on that last lap. Now coming to the white flag, he's back in this picture. Molnix is out. This is where I was worried about Molnix. You don't want to pull out too far ahead to where these guys build runs behind you. Right here, Matt Rogers does a great job of pulling out to the outside to try to build the run with Adam Gardner. But Molnix does a great job here blocking. He blocked the run by Rogers on the top, then was able to block the bottom. Yeah, right here he blocks at the top. Then Rogers tries to cut to the bottom, and Molnix does a great job here. This is where I thought Molnix had it won.
I thought he was gonna get spun around, and I thought this race was over. And now I'm gonna slow it down a little bit more. You can see that kind of all the runs generating. Swift Racing has been phased out of this. This is now looking like it's gonna be between Molnix, Rogers, maybe Gardner. Gardner starts to power up. He had a great push from Jennings. Rogers is still shoving everything he's got into the back of Molnix, and here comes Gardner just coming. He continues to gain and gain and gain on that outside lane, and this is what I kind of wanted to look at. I wanted to see where Rogers thought he was going to go, because Rogers made the initial move here. Did he think he was cleared of Jennings here off of 4?
Maybe he was trying to split the middle between them. Yeah, but I don't think he was anticipating Gardner to be as close to Molnix as he was, and I think he was going to try to make the hole through the middle, and instead Adam was there.
And that's wild. Adam barely got clipped.
Yeah.
He saw Rogers back into the pack up here as well.
Yeah, and of course.
And
then right here.
Stutzman right through the middle.
Yep, Stutzman through the middle.
Look at Schumacher.
Schumacher for second place goes through the grass.
Remember, Setzer's a lap down, so yeah, that was it.
And look at Molnix, got third right there. He's spinning out in the grass.
You know, Reeves is up in the air. Max is pounding the wall down, trying to get by Seth to hold on to the points lead. I mean, this was a chaotic finish. And Ed, this is what we expected out of Daytona.
Absolutely, and I got one more thing to say. I'm looking back on it now. Seth Berger did not lead a lap, so I'm pretty sure we're going to have a 1-point gap for the points lead, Emerson. I'm pretty certain.
1 point or a tie. It's gonna be
either
close.
or. And that's going into a road course that we have no idea how that's going to be.
Hey, we think both of them. They're gonna be about top 10, both drivers on the road course. Maybe Seth might get a top 5. It's gonna be intriguing to see how they perform there. But again, yeah, Jeremiah Sutton was able to get it done. Real quick, let's look at the race info tonight, Ed. 3 cautions. I think that's a pretty good race. 95 laps at a super speed and only 3 yellows. Not bad. And 13 lead changes. They all started to come at the end of that race. It's all about 10 of them there in the second half of that race. That was fun.
Oh, it was so much fun. It was such a blast watching this race, how it folded out between the green flag pit stops and then just to have a green-white checkered finish. It was just amazing.
It had a little bit of everything, right? We had long green flag runs. We had chaos. We had big ones. We had fuel strategy. You know, I'm thinking about it. What didn't we have in this race?
A red flag? Maybe?
Flag, yeah.
Hey, a red flag. I don't know. That's pretty much all I can think of.
Well, we've talked about it before, but let's bring it up again, Ed. We're pretty much done tonight here at Daytona, but we got so much more coming up on the channel. You got Silverstone tomorrow night with the North American Racing League Porsche Cup cars in their second season. They're heading to the Silverstone circuit. Silverstone put on an amazing show a couple weeks ago in real life for Formula One. I'm expecting the Porsche Cup guys to do the same tomorrow night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Ed, you said earlier the one you're looking forward to is New Hampshire. It is one of our favorite tracks on the NASCAR schedule. It's a very technical, flat 1 mile oval. They call it the Magic Mile. You're racing for some lobster. You can check all of that action out Sunday night at 9 p.m. Eastern. And next Wednesday night, we're back in action, Ed, tackling a road course that the NASCAR National Series have never seen. It's been, the WeatherTech Race Laguna Seca has been ran in ARCA. It's been ran in KNN, which I think is now called ARCA West, but it's never been ran in a NASCAR National Series. It's gonna be, we're gonna take NextGen cars to it next Wednesday night. That's the beauty of iRacing, by the way. It's a free track, by the way, too. WeatherTech Raceway, Laguna Seca, round 21, third roadie of the week of the season. I think it's the third road course of the season. 7:30 p.m. Eastern. I can't wait.
Oh man, I mean, what a schedule. I mean, like you said, Silverstone F1 was just there recently. It was a great showing, but the only difference is we can't open up the DRS on the Porsche cars on the North American Racing League, so that's the only difference we got there. But yeah, like I said, my favorite track on the circuit, New Hampshire. Love going there to go see the cars in real life. It was just a great showing there back in the day, and go get that lobster. And the big thing, next Wednesday, Emerson, we'll be back at it. Laguna Seca, though. I don't know what the weather's going to be like. Hopefully it's going to be good weather down there. I'm looking forward to it. But, you know, I've seen more GT stuff down there than anything, not some NASCAR stuff. But we're going to try to make the case for it when we go down there on next Wednesday.
And I got to say, Andrew was the one who put on the schedule. Because when we made the schedule, Adam gave all the admins a chance to put 4 or 5 races on the schedule. And then he gave the past champions a chance to put a track on the schedule, so like Greg Hold and Seth Berger. And then he gave the broadcasters a chance to put a race on the schedule. I don't think you were a part of the crew at that point, so I don't know if Adam cued you in for that. I don't remember if you got to pick a track. But I know
No, I don't think I did.
And Devin and Andrew got to pick a track. Andrew picked Laguna Seca. I was like, you know what? That's really intriguing. I didn't think that Adam was going to like it too much. But now the more I think about it, nobody has to buy it. It is a free track. It's an American road course. I mean, you know, we're sticking to, you know, being in America. And it's a fun course.
Yeah, Andrew does love his wicked road courses.
He does.
He loves that kind of stuff.
If you don't know, he's a huge fan of Kansas road course. I was shocked he didn't put that on the schedule.
Oh, no, it hit. He might next season. You never know. He might have just tipped it.
You can follow all of our social media coverage here at Pits.tv. Check out our Facebook at facebook.com/pits.tv. Our Instagram at instagram.com/pit_stop_TV. That's also our at pit_stop_TV. Our Twitter is at pitstoptv_, twitter.com/pitstoptv_. YouTube channel, you might be watching from here. If you're watching the Outlaws channel, go ahead and go to youtube.com/c/pitstoptv1. Drop a sub on the channel. We could use it. We just surpassed the 2,000 subscriber mark. They're trying to continue to grow here on the iRacing broadcasting platform. And our Twitch channel, also where we were live tonight, twitch.tv/pit_stop_TV. A fun night tonight, Ed. I am very, very pleased with the product we got tonight. And yeah, just the more chaos to come as we're setting up for the playoffs. But I say, well, I'll give you a chance. Final thoughts.
Crazy. That's what crazy. That's all I got, really. I mean, it was just everything we asked for, you know, between the green flag stops and a big wrecks and green white checkered finishes, leading to just an absolute surprise winner and just. Oh, not really a surprise, really. I mean, you can say surprise, yeah. I mean, he wasn't really up front most of that. It was a surprise on the white flag, yeah, pretty much. But it's just an absolute insane finish, and I was just glad to be here for it. It's just Daytona just lives up to the name, man, all the time. Just Daytona is just an amazing track, and this is why stock car racing is just beloved here at Daytona and Talladega, and always comes down to great finishes.
Well, I guess that's going to do it for us here from the Sunshine State, even though we didn't really see the sun today, but from virtual Daytona. We're happy to have you all here and tuning in and joining us for tonight's action, and we hope you enjoyed tonight's broadcast. For all at Pit Stop TV, Ed Sure on the mic with myself, Emerson Arden. Thank you all for tuning in. We'll see you Sunday night for MPI. Well, not even. We'll see you tomorrow night for North American Racing League Porsche Cup Series action from Silverstone. I guess where we're at. We'll see you Sunday night for New Hampshire, or we'll see you Wednesday night for WeatherTech Raceway, Laguna Seca. That being said, that's all, folks. We'll see ya.